Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain. Listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've loved you from the start.
Hello everybody, welcome in to everyone that's running around this side. I do apologise, Diggsy was supposed to be the one to start doing this little intro. The problem is, I haven't undeafened, so I'm doing the intro bit myself here, but Diggsy, you can take over what we were doing because I forgot to undeafen myself, so all yours.
Alrighty. Day one has showed us what was at stake, and now, as a group stage of VCT OCE 2025 split to relegations rolls into day two, the pressure starts to squeeze for the new blood. This is the moment to make noise to prove that they belong on the big stage for the incumbent teams. The margin for error is razor thin. Every loss inches them closer to being them replaced. Every win is a lifeline. It's ambition versus experience, hunger versus history, and as the dust settles, only a handful will earn their place in Split 2. Good evening, everyone. My name is Diggsy K. Joining me on the mic tonight is the smooth-voiced analyst himself, has Daddy Slim. Together, we're bringing you all the plays, pressure, and playoff energy as the road to VCL continues tonight on day two. Bit of a hiccup there, but we're still Gucci, aren't we, Has?
I couldn't have said any of it better myself, mate. And yes, welcome everyone in. It is going to be some absolutely fantastic Valorant coming up here. Day two, of course. We've already had some results come through for Armour Esports. A chance of looking to go in that 2-0 position. Well, on the other end of things, well, it is the first time we see the retired squad come out of retirement to play their first game here in the relegation zone. Are they going to defy the odds? I guess we're going to have to find out in that regard. But before we get into any of the action, a quick look over at our map VSOs right now. So, teams have put everything down. Diggsy, I don't know if you can see that through my end still as well, but looking at it there, Haven and Bind were the first bands off the map, and Ascent is where we're actually heading to on map number 1.
Look, it's gonna be an interesting one as well. I've been acquainted with Armour Esports already. I have seen how they played their Bind. I have seen how they play their Lotus. It's gonna be an interesting one if a map like Ascent is gonna be going through in first for this particular team. That decider is actually starting to become interesting as well. What I'm interested as well in looking is going to be how this retired squad is going to be playing up against this Armour Esports squad. They've been very, I guess, like very structured as a team, Armour Esports. But I've still it's a bit of an asterisk for me when it comes to this retired squad as well. But I'm excited. I've only seen retired when I came across just stats, and it's finally come to fruition to actually just see some gameplay apart from just numbers.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing plenty of that. We're just getting into the midst of, getting things ready. The players are all in the chat. So, hopefully, it'll be a very interesting best of 3. Of course, I had the one last night. Dixie, I know did you end up doing 2 games? Because I think you were with K-Man, if I remember correctly.
Yes, the second series that we've had was with Armour Esports versus Rabbit Gang, I believe, and the first game was with Ubermeat versus one of the other teams, I believe. Just let me get a good look at the Twitch stats real quick. That would be Source Gaming versus Ubermeat, and the second series that we covered was Armour Esports versus Rabbit Gang. I believe Armour Esports took that one out, but everything was just really way close in their match against Rabbit Gang. Both maps, despite going both in Armour Esports' way, are both in the 11-13 scoreline.
Yeah, which is really close ones there. I had the pleasure of with Bandits Esports Club last night, and their 2 13-8 map wins over. I'm trying to think who I had the other night. It was Bandit Esports Club. Man, we're really good at our jobs here. We know it's all saved up well. Prevail, that's the one I'm thinking of. 2 13-8s, and honestly, I think it was even closer than that. Prevail put up a good fight. Bandits just having the edge in the end there, but. Well, interesting to see how this one does go. I mean, looking at these squads here, you'd probably favour Armour Esports. But again, this retired squad, it is full of players that have been here before, done that. Definitely not as involved in the competitive scene these days, at least when it comes to the team side of things. But hey, you just never know. You just never know how things are going to go here. And I think the players are ready. It looks like we're all good to go. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get ourselves into map number 1. Ascent is where we're heading, and the 8th select is where we're starting for this one.
Armour Esports really had a structured one in Bind, if I can remember that one. But it's going to be interesting on how they play Ascent for this former NLG squad turned picked up by Armour Esports players. And we're going to be seeing, it's going to be interesting, the pickup there with the Harbor and Neon as well. Not a very Ascent-y type team comp, as we're always just used to seeing the Killjoy, the KO, the Omen. But again, even with the smoke side of things, they're picking up the Brimstone as well. Yoru has always been starting to become a staple for some of these team comps that doesn't even have to be a Yoru based map. But it's going to be interesting on how they play this out here on Ascent. Meanwhile, on the retired squad, we're starting to see like the good old tried and true start to come to fruition as well. You have the KO, the Omen, your Sova, the Killjoy, and that's Jet being locked in there as well. Again, it's starting to. I see the plan here, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be working. A bit curious. I'm a bit curious on what the Armour Esports squad are going to be cooking up there, and it looks like they're going to be starting in the defender side as well. So it's going to be interesting on towards that side.
Absolutely. Well, the players are locked in. We are just about as well. I'm going to quickly chuck it to the intermission screen so I can bring up the audio volume, which I very smartly muted so we didn't hear any background noises, guys. We can't have those when we're going in before the games. But yeah, I mean, looking at the squads, it is very much, it feels like an old school sort of lineup, especially you look at the retired side of things. Like you've got your Killjoys, you've got your Brims on both sides. Ascent, I guess, in that essence, you don't usually have to do anything too ridiculous when it does come down to, I guess, like the agent picks. Usually the old squad, they tend to do what needs to be done. But we'll see how this one goes tonight, guys. My name's Daddy Slim. This is Dixie K. You can also blame Dixie for anything that's done wrong with the OBS. Don't blame him, because he's very kindly is the one leading this one. Neither of us are good at observing, so we'd both be rubbish at it. But we hope at least we can bring you some good players, bring you some good commentary. About to get this one underway. You've got your squad of Armour Esports on the defensive, and on the attacking side, it is retired. What have they been cooking up in the home? I guess we're about to find out.
It's going to be interesting towards this side now. There are the spikes now starting to get posted up towards A, and it looks like Cherry Wave is going to be the first casualty in towards that side as well. A good trade to get down that Sova and towards that side, leading it towards a 4v4 now. Roki going to be the next one down in there as well. But a lot of things going to be going through now in here, Has.
Yeah, retired. Perfect start for them. Straight into the B site to get that kill out and towards mid as well. Just for the delay side now, Armour have to really just try and push through these Omen smokes. This round pretty much done for the pistol, as it is all just left here onto the brim. Watch it. The swing on out. It's definitely a swing. And that's about as much as you could say in that regard as, well, retired. Perfect start for them. Their first round here into the relegation. They had the bye yesterday. And they are off and running to start this one here. 1-0 after the pistol. And they can start this bye in as well.
Yeah, again, it's just very concise in regards to how they wanted to proceed in towards attack. And despite Ascent being a really defensive-sided map as well, it looks like it's going to be interesting on how Anti-Eco starts to perform here as well for both of these squads. We are starting to have a good look of a bit of a skirmish down towards that mid side as well. Still another parked up spot in regards to popping up in there. Flash now going to be going through as well. A bit of a team flash in there as well for the side of retired, but Jet's not going to be going through in there inside as well, Has. But guess who's at the boathouse?
Oh, it's Nao. Nao's made a beautiful first shot there. They managed to equalise that one back into the 4v4, but not before. Just managed to bring that one across. Cherry Wave stays alive as well, and 3v3, this gets a little bit awkward. Defensive side, they've held this one down, and the problem is that spike is on the side, so this is basically a commitment at this point. They still have the weaponry in their favour. They've got to be careful here, retired. First flash goes in for the blind there. They can't quite get that first kill they were hoping for the defensive end, and it will be put through. Retired take the round. It got a little bit hairy there after the spike drop, and a 3v3 on that B site, but they convert it. They move on to a bonus. And now the squad here of Armour Esports, they will get themselves going with their first full buy.
Yeah, it's now going to be like an interesting spot for this one and how this attacker side for retired esports are going to be going through, right? And again, in Armour Esports' side as well, it's a bit of still a bit of a lack of aggression from what I'm seeing from the Neon as well in the form of Cherry Waves, but it might be a different pull through now, just in case that in case just everything starts skirmishing towards the mid side into there as well. Bit of a rotate now going through in here. The Spark is now going to be posted up towards A side now. A little bit precautious as well. Wajtek, no, you're now starting to take down Headshot as well. I'm starting to miss a lot of these shots, but Wajtek taking down Sova in there as well. It's now down to a 5v1. And now Armour Esports, for a change, swinging every gun round now in their favor. And it's now going to be a 1-2 scoreline.
Well, that's how you want to come out against the bonus there. Pretty much perfect. Only lose the one weapon, so the buyback in immediate there. Watchek on the brim. 3k in that round as the lockdown on the A site retired. They tried that split, both the couple through main. They got delayed so long just by those brim smokes, and then also that hole that they had in towards tree room. So always going to make it difficult. But now both squads, Vandals, Phantoms alike, so no excuses. Ultimate starting to build up on both ends as well. The chance of one of these teams to take some advantage and really start to lead in the credit battle here.
Boy, it's going to be interesting now. Alex starting to put out the Prowler towards that mid side. Ooh, Cherry Waves now starting to go build up a skirmish down towards B-side lobby as well. But that's going to be forcing every single part of the attacker side to pass through towards mid now as well. We'll have to see if it's going to be going towards his favorite now. Flash now is going to be coming through, and Murdoch going to be going through in there as well, and that's a Kenzie. Taking down Alex now in there too. Bit of a clone spike, but here comes now though that was one as well. Kenzie taking down Washtech now as well. Going for that trade, and that just like that, the last person remaining is going to be Noya, but that's the retired squad now. Why did it pull through?
Yeah, they come alive perfectly there. Exactly what they were after. Gun round falls in their favour. Armour Esports will have enough for the buy back in pretty much full for most. You see Watchek because he did drop his rifle back in that second round. Or I should say the third. He's going to have to go for that stinger overall. But still, there's enough there that can work. We've retired. Everyone has to drop down as well. They might have a sacrifice there from Kenzie, who's actually just going to be looking to use those knives. So other pivotal chance here, but a nice look for retire. They've got the first three on the board. Can they find some more? Again, some aggression coming in through B main side. It's not going to come together. It does for Aqua, though. A 3k on the KO just like that. Devastation over towards B. They were going to quick rotate to Wades. Noya has actually taken out 2023 BMW. Classical name, one of the best in the business. And now Watchek playing in close around that smoke, and all of a sudden they've got this into a 2v2. Noya's already rotated, and that one's done. What a switch up there from the side of Armour Esports. Retired for all money after that start. 4v2. They drop it away. And those are rounds you just cannot be giving up here.
Well, it's starting to go in towards a very brawly type of rounds now going in towards these two teams. And it's starting to look like it's going towards mid side, and they're picking up towards B as well. And it's starting to just get very concise for this retired squad. And it's going to be interesting on how they're going to be playing it out this round. Both have a retired going in for a force buy of some sort, and so did Armour Esports now going to that same side as well. Noya taking down Kenzie now to start off the things with.
Yeah, Noya last few rounds have been fantastic here. Another opener. Cherry gets one straight back as well, puts it into a 4v3. Accurate at the very least does get that one. Trying to hang around towards this B main. There is the double there, Cherry. That's a very aggressive swing out, and it comes up big. And just like that, my boy 2023 BMW, the M1000 double R, nothing they can do. And a nice couple of rounds trying to get here from Armour Esports. And they will be the first to break one of these squads retired. That is the credits in the bin. Some sheriffs will come out. They've got a couple of ultimates, but Armour have also 3 to go here. And Rocky and Alex are very close to theirs as well.
And it's going to be forcing a retired to actually just go through this eco now as well. Really good for the defensive side for the Armour Esports squad. It's going to be another spike shifting towards the B side. Gonna have a little bit of a skirmish as well towards the mid side, but nothing's starting to pull through just yet. But oh, Cherry Waves now getting down this Killjoy. That's just to start off with everything so far.
Control of B main seems to be the play here, but as I say that, Murdoch's managed to find Noya. It's been fantastic on the Euro in the first 6 rounds here so far. Alex position spotted as well. Got to be very careful. They get the utility out. Delay there as well. A is technically open for a push into the site. Ranger gets through. Spike can go down. Also got that KO ultimate. So 4v4 in the retake. They've got a chance here. And Kenzie finding another one as well.
Oh, it's now a 3v4. Null command now starting to be pull up. Kenzie now going in for the swing. Sees where Cherry Waves currently is, but Murdoch gonna be the first one to see where everyone is towards that heaven side. It's now a 2v3. Washtek now gonna be taking down Kenzie as well. Down to a 2v2. It is gonna be Brimstone versus Harbor. Two controllers versus the Initiator, and that turns into a 1v1. It's gonna be Roki versus Aqua, and Roki just getting it out there. Just with a slither of health remaining. That's just 4 HP. What a round there for the defender's side.
Yeah, that's big stuff. They'll be kicking themselves a little bit, unfortunately, the retired squad. I mean, the fact that that round even got to that stage, considering what they came in with, they'd be very happy. And they only, in the end, I think it was just the one ultimate. It was just Aquas they used there, so they don't win it, but they'll be pretty happy at least. They pull out some, well, force rebuys across the board there for Armour, who take the lead for the first time tonight. Neuer's got themselves an operator out as well. Another gun round. An opportunity to tie this back up for retired, or for Armour Esports. Start to create a bit of a lead here.
Just like that, Kenzie taking down Cherry Waves just to start off with. Neuer in for the op shot for that trade. It's now going to be a tricky one, Roki. Not going to be receiving a good amount of strafing there for their side. It's now a 3v4 for the side of Armour Esports. Man disadvantage going to be going in towards their side under the defender's side squad. Oh, Neuer getting a good shots there. Started to gamble towards that main side as well. Orbital strike now going to be going in through. Not a lot of people going to be affected by this side. Whoa, and just like that, BMW gets a good headshot on towards Alex, as well as we are now in a 2v4 situation.
And that's round pretty much done. They're trying to chase down these players as well. Wojciech will save that operator, it seems, for the time being, so they don't want to sacrifice too many more here, retired, considering the credits aren't too high. Although 2023 by Mr. BMW, he is slowly creeping in, but Neuer had that angle covered. So they won't be able to get the rifles out of Armour Esports' hand, but they do equalise for a piece. Nice play onto the B side, got that openers. Roki trying to make his way out as the Killjoy ultimate had him basically trapped. Probably wasn't expecting them to start pushing in so early. We noticed, well, pretty much all teams usually will wait probably the 1-2 seconds before they commit through the Killjoy ult. That time around, not the case. Roki caught out, and round was always going to be difficult from there. They lose the first fight, 4v2, but now we're tied up. And Armour Esports a little bit short on the bike here still. Full buys don't tend to mean match sometimes here. They do at least mean it's going to be absolute destruction over towards B main. Neuer does grab one, but 4v2, rotating away off this one. And if kind of, I mean, I don't know, Diggy. Oh, Diggsy, mate. I don't think they're going to even bother trying to contest this one yet.
It's going to be tricky now. It's going to be just two players remaining for the side of Armour Esports. And that's just like that. And they just take it everything on the round so far. It's just a very convincing attack side for the squad of retired. No one's giving an in-share. No one's giving any round so far. Any round differential that's being delivered so far has just been one round after the other. And it's just a one-round differential always, and nothing's been giving it so far in terms of like 2-round differentials or anything like that. Aqua, 11-7-4. Neuer being a good duelist in their side as well for the side of Armour Esports, and 11-5.
Yeah, well, that's been one of the plays so far. No one's been able to really get a massive advantage. Couple of players here and there. Cherry Wave as well. They want to respond to that. They've absolutely cleared out this B main. A is open. That's where the spike is, so they should be able to quickly get this one over. They up at the teleport there, and he's up in heaven. He gets damage, but not the kill, so not what they would have wanted to start this round retired, but a 4v3 still have an opportunity to get this round done. Armour Esports, though, great chance to equalise this back up at 5 apiece.
Oh, it's gonna be everyone in Raptors as well. but starting to just get in towards that garden side. Hunter's Mark now starting to pull in through as well. As alongside the Nightfall, Cherry Waves and Alex going to be the casualty of that ultimate barrage. Now Roki's starting to get swing towards Heaven's side. Takes down BMW. And it's now going to be down to a 1v2. Murdoch going to shut that thing down in towards a triple kill on towards Roki, the final player of that Armour Esports squad. And now we're back to a round 2 differential there.
Yeah, retired. I mean, that looked like it was going to be a disastrous round to begin there. You lose those 2 players immediately over towards A main. But I was going to say B main, but luckily they had the spike. It was basically sitting in A main there. They get themselves into a 4v3, that situation. And, I mean, they just basically dominated the hold there. They had to sacrifice a few ultimates for it, sure, but fantastic stuff for them. 4-6, and now that 4-8, definitely a possibility. I've seen so much action towards this B main. So far, it's a little bit slower to begin with here. But neither team, I mean, this is a tough one for Armour Esports as well. They really want to contest this round. They want to make sure they lock it away because the difference between winning and losing this could be 4-round difference going into the second half.
Yeah, and we already still see Noya already posted up towards that mid side as well with that operator. Anyone going in through that mid is gonna be having a really bad time with a boomstick shot in their heads. Oh, Murdoch might have been the good one in there. Nope, that'll be BMW. They're gonna be the first casualty towards that operator. But Cherry Wave's gonna be the next one in there as well. Noya gets their second shot of the game, but KO going in for that trade as well. And it's now down to be a 3v3. 38 seconds remaining on the clock. Plant is now being executed, and it's gonna be a post-plant situation now again for Armour Esports. Will it go through towards that side? Haunt is gonna be destroyed. Alex is not gonna be seeing towards that smoke as they pop out. A little bit of a dupe for Outflow there, but Aqua's gonna be the one to get a 3-piece with that KO and Sova combo.
And another really nice hold. After the after plant holds have been fantastic so far for Retired. Aqua's up to 14. Murdoch's got 10. Noya 13 in the meantime. I mean, they've done the work on the operator. Just need a couple of their teammates to get going with them, and they need to... They'll be hoping at least for the 5 here. Make it a 7-5. Keep it close. You know, pistol win swings it straight back, but... The other side's also 8-4. Couple of ultimates on both ends to end this first half. Jack has been holding down A main pretty well. They haven't really done a quick fly in so far. He will be found out for that first one there. Alex was just playing in front of the smoke, gets his head ripped off. Wojtek scored as well. Disaster on the A side so far here. Cherry Waves trying to find this spray. Oh, no. Doesn't work at all. Kenzie is given an absolute lifeline, 5v2. And it is an impossible task here for the last 2 Armour players to get this done.
Wow, Noya now going to be using the dimensional drift there as well. And now starting to teleport towards that hell side. It's going to be the Noya show, but not for long as Aplo finds that Odin shot back in towards that wallbang spot as well. And that's the last of the defender side as we go in towards the second half. It's going to be a 4-8.
Yeah, and well, if you're Retired, perfect start for them. Everyone is basically at a kill death of 1. No one below at the moment. You're getting onto the defensive side now as well, which you've got a decent setup for it. And that's the problem as well, that you're playing on the defensive side. But could also work for them here, Armour Esports, because they went with the 2 duelists. But now they've got to activate. They've got to get these kills, and it starts with this pistol. Because, I mean, if they drop this one, I mean, realistically, they're down 10-4. And I just don't know how they're going to be able to work themselves back into this game.
Now that the Neon and the double duelist team comp are on the attack side, it's not going to be interesting on how they're going to be attacking this map. Again, the favorite of these 2 teams to do some battles and to do some skirmishes is looking towards that B side as well. But again, things are starting to get a little bit quiet, but there goes the recon bolt. They know that a lot of people going in towards that B side. Again, BMW gonna be the first casualty for the round once again, but Here comes the swing.
Ooh.
Aqua
down,
on the
B.
defensive side, taking down 2 as well. As the rest of the defensive side squad now going in and conquering towards mid. Kenzie taking now down Alex. As Noya gonna have to plant down the spike with 14 HP. Gonna be a tricky. It's gonna be a very tricky post plant, if I say so myself. They're trying to check out spawn, but little do they know, everyone in the defensive side is starting towards the main side of where the attackers have been going through. Bit of a wraparound in there. Noah gets down 1 and gets down 2. That's Kenzie now down as well. And it's now going to be a 1v1 against the 2 controllers. And just like that, Watch Tech takes it down for the squad. Barely making it out alive there, but still 1 in there for the attacker side.
And that's Noya. That's the clutch up there. How on earth they get 2 kills is beyond me. 14 HP, just cowering away on the site in an afterplant, and they just activate, hit those shots, and then Wojciech had to lock into the 1v1, takes down Murdoch, and that's what Armour Esports needed. They needed the pistol, and now they have an opportunity to bring this back to an 8-6, possibly work off something from there. Still, you don't want to rule retired out of this round.
Ooh. Still a bit of a skirmish again, once again, towards the B side. A lot of the defenders still starting to just like going for a good rotate. Still, no one's trying to just like starve for peaks or anything like that.
There.
So Pain's now starting to be coming out. Starting to have a look for any inch that could give here, but Apple has a really good shot on where they could, but Cherry Wave's gonna be the first one to release that left click and sharpen it up, but Noya taking down now the KO, and it's now down to a 5v3 as we head to the 57-second mark of this round. Noya, another shot for that attacker's side. It's now being starved here, retired. Oh, Murdoch taking down Noya now as well for that shutdown, turning it to a 4v2 as we go in towards that post plant. Now starting to get trickier and trickier for the defensive side with only 2 men remaining.
No, I got a little bit too aggressive there, you know, running around a corner, hadn't reloaded. Still, not really much you'd imagine they can do here. Retired, maybe just a couple of exit frags. Means that there won't be anything into the next round there at all, even if it would be a bonus for Armour Esports. And the possibility you might even pick something up late here. I don't think there's really any rifles that should be available. Still playing away on this one. They start to lead out of the side here. Rocky fishes the first, can't find the second. Oh! My boy, 2023 BMW M1000 RR. Couple of beautiful little shots there with the Sheriff. Not able to really change the outcome of the round. Still, 8-6. Full buy will now come in for the retired squad. And so this is an interesting one from Armour Esports. They could just play the bonus. They could just be safe here, but they have invested completely. So, I mean, look, it's a risk. If it pays off, they get it. They're up to 7. They're 1 away. You've got the other team retired who's going to be on the back foot, but they lose this. Retired can gain those rounds they've lost to the start of this halfback very, very quickly here.
Now going to be tricky towards this side, and now for a change, they started to go in towards A side, but it's very convincing and very speedy to start off with. Cherry Waves now starting to get it towards heaven. Kenzie just limping with that amount of HP as well. But we're getting into a post-plan situation for a 5v5. Barely won. Kenzie trying to stay alive. Oh, Cherry Wave's now going to be blinded by that paranoia. Roki taking down a heavenly jump by BMW. And just like that, it's now a 2v3 as we get in towards this post-plant. Knife going to be taking him down. Oh, Noya taking down 1 and 2 as well. And it's now going to be down to Wojciech, who's going to be taking down Murdoch with a really good flank in there as well. Another good round. It is a 3-round win streak so far for this attacker side. For Armour Esports, taking down a little bit closer and inch by inch. Taking down retired to a lot of sheriffs in their buys now. we'll have to see on how this eco goes, Has.
Yeah, Neuer. They knew his position as well. Not exactly the side, but the fact they didn't get the trade there, that's what they needed in that 3v2, and that pretty much would have had them getting that round done. But Neuer, he's been the difference maker for Armour Esports. 20 kills, and he's been getting more here. I will say that. Kenzie gets really aggressive. Murdoch with a nice shot there with the Sheriff. 3v2. 30 seconds, probably even less of the round done. And only 4 players remain. As Armour Esports start to head over towards the A site, Spike will go down. Aplo's managed to, at the very least, gather a Vandal, but wouldn't think there's much of a chance into this round here. Should have enough into the next, considering the credits, so may as well go for it. But Armour Esports, they're on the prefaces here, tying us back up at 8 apiece.
Yeah, and it's now just going to be down to Aplo, right? Just starting to just clear it a bit by bit, but even taking the Tactic Bear out just for stress balls relief. But I'm not too sure if it's going to be going in towards their favor here, but yeah, it's going to be interesting on how they put into this post-plank attack, but not much time remaining for that side. Oh, a bit of a shower, bullet shower there towards heaven. Everyone knowing that they're going to be going towards spawn, but again, now Armour Esports tying it all up towards 8-8. It's going to be an interesting one as well now that it's going to be both teams running a full round bye. Oh, Apple going in for that Odin as well with full shields. Everyone has full shields now as well. And a lot of like Vandals and Rifles now going in towards this particular round. This is going to be interesting. Retired, if they lose this round, they're just going to be forced in towards an eco buy again. So they really need to win this one. But it looks like it's another skirmish towards B side, as a lot of the players have just been situated towards that spot. Apple going in for that drone now too, Zaz.
Yeah, they've got to get some confidence back, need some kills. The A site is where most of Armour Esports are waiting, not committing to anything yet, but once again, no, with an opener, this time over towards Tree Room. So they've got short side covered, and now they might want to keep this commitment here. Kenzie's got to be very careful. They swing there, there's no trade. Have to be very careful. It's a dangerous thing to do, and it's not really worth it. Cherry knocks them down, and now the A side completely open. Only the KO remaining over towards there, and he can do absolutely nothing, Aqua. And just like that, once again, Retired, a full buy, falls completely flat here. BMW's position is known. This round's done, and Armour Esports down 8-4 at the half, have rattled off 5 in a row. And they have got all the confidence and momentum in their favor. And you know what, Mr. Elders? Not a bad idea to call a timeout here, as Retired are going to have a chat. They've got some things they need to change up.
Yeah, and it's gonna be tricky, right? Towards these rounds, the rounds that you're currently like winning, for this Retired squad, it's just been really close sometimes. They just kept getting caught out in some ridiculous places sometimes. And maybe a safer rotate, or a safer fallback is needed for this squad, because currently Armour Esports is starting to just get their momentum really going and really shining in towards this 5-round win streak that they're currently rocking at the moment. And it's something has to give here for Retired Esports, right? Whether you have to decide where you actually fight the stack that this attacker side is going, or do you actually have to give up space so that you can wait for the rest of the squad to go in for that 5v5, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one. And again, because they're playing it basically the buy loss at the moment, so that they're stuck on these half buys that, you know, you can only do so much with. Yes, you've got 3 ultimates. Yes, you can potentially probably use a few into this run. It's not like these rounds are completely done before they've started, but at the same time, like, any bit of confidence you had from that first half completely waned. Now you're starting to really just question things, how you do it. None of your aggression has worked out. So what do you have to do? What do they have to find here to put Armour Esports on the back foot? Because again, even if they lose a few rounds here, their credits are sitting pretty. They're basically good for a few full buys for the next 2 or 3 rounds. So who was it going to be here on the side of Retired to step up? So far, Aqua's been the man to find kills, but Kenzie with these knives and the timing here. Oh, that's what they needed! Oh, Kenzie! Response required, and they've put it together. Ripped them out. Oh, almost a fourth available here as well. One knife left. Alex gets BMW, and now we take a breath because 4v2, again, they don't have a huge amount of weaponry. They're trying to chase down this one. And if Rocky gets past Murdoch here, there's a chance they can still get this done here, Armour Esports.
Oh, Alex now really deep in towards their spawn, thinking that that's where it's going to be rotating to, but they're currently in the main chase towards where Roki is.
They're gonna run
Looks like
away.
it's going to be going rotating towards inside too. Not many times remaining and only 26 seconds remaining on the clock. Alex might actually have a good spot here.
Oh, he's heard all of this. Oh, he's could have 3 if he gets the timing right. Alex could have so many to shut this down. Just the one, but now a 2v2. And Armour Esports, disastrous start to the round, but now a huge opportunity. Roki's got the ultimate as well. They can get this done. Trying to keep it together. Spike, they can probably get it to down half, but now Aqua's gone as well. Aplo, oh no, it's all 4 to pieces or it's tied. Roki with the 3K. Somehow they pull it back. The heroics, Kenzie. It was fantastic, but it's not enough. Full buy comes back in, but Armour Esports, somehow, they get themselves to 10.
That's what I'm saying, right? It sounded like so good and it started off so well, but everything just felt so eager with the defensive side just starting to like push through and pull through. The chase has been going through. They've just been going around in circles and chasing where the spike could be in Roki, leaving Alex to actually get one and having a good amount of shots, and now coming in towards the post plant too, and it's starting to get tricky for the side of Retired. Again, they've let Armour Esports roll through it for attacker side, and it's now a 6-round win streak. Will they be able to go through that again? An interesting spot to put down the lockdown. Not a lot of people available to support that side.
Yeah, it covers left and right.
Down to Murdoch. And it's now a 4v4 half.
Trying to get themselves back in. They need this round if they want to stay alive, and it's just not happening. Noya locks down another. So many angles to clear. They're doing ones for ones, and the trade's falling in favor of Armour Esports. Yoru Noya does the damage. Roki comes on in with the last. And it is utter domination. 7 in a row. Are we looking at a complete 9 to swing an 8-4 half to a clean attacker's side? Might just be the case. Retired. They just are out of ideas. They're out of ultimates as well. They basically used what they had into that one there. They just cannot get anything done.
Again, it's really tricky for Retired for such a convincing attack before, and now it's starting to get tricky and towards their side as well. Again, it's this double duelist team from that Armour Esports are currently working with, and it seems to be working very well for them. The defensive side is starting to just push in there, left, right, and center, and now that's a lot of space taken in towards this B side. It's just gonna be leaving BMW in here just to rest and face the music. Really working towards their favor. Such an interesting spot as well, but we know that that's a spot that they're currently going into. But Roki taking down now BMW, making it a 3v2 now as we get into this post plant has.
Aplo finds one, but
last player standing.
Again, it's just not enough. Alex takes down Murdoch, so the flank dealt with, and Aplo well aware of the situation here. Nothing that they can do. Again, you know, try and get some exits. Make the kill deaths you've got look all right, but there's just nothing that they can find for this side here. Wojciech and Alex both positioned together. They're crouched down on top of each other. Wojciech finishes off that one. It is now 8 in a row and 4 map points to take a 1-0 series lead here for the side of Armour Esports. Well, I mean, the stuff was, I think we've run out of words at this point, but Noya now 27 and 13 has just been, well, he's been a level above so far.
Well, again, like there's something about this Armour Esports squad, right? Like they know what to do. They've already seen how the regular Ascent comp has already been working in regards to what Retired has been working in so far, right? Now that the attack side has just been pushed left, right, and center, if this double duelist comp just takes space in a blink of an eye, and just as you witnessed, it is now just a 5v4 straight away, as BMW is the first casualty for this Retired Esports squad. But again, as we go in towards this post plan, we'll have to see how this defensive side responds, see if they still got them into this, still if they got some fight in them left.
They just need trades, Armour, and that's all they're getting as well. 4v2 to 4v3 now. The pop of the Pier ultimate here. On the Sova side, Aplo does find one. 2v2. They need to get in here. They need to get this done now. Time starting to tick. Detected at least one. They know that they're both maybe out the back now. Shots come through. Aplo. Noya! Oh, Aplo was spammed through the wall! And it's taken a very, very long time, but finally, right at the depth of this first map, perhaps Retired have an opportunity to start to pull this one back. They stopped a streak that had started since that, well, the start of the second half here, 8 in a row for Armour Esports. They've still got 3 opportunities to close out this map, but well, finally, Retired. They've got some life in them.
Oh, Retired breaking an 8-round win streak set up by Armour Esports, and it all started with that overdrive by Cherry Waves. But again, it's gonna be interesting now how this is gonna be working towards that side. But again, oh, Henzi taking down Cherry Waves with a wall bang headshot in there as well. We're going in towards this round, starting off with a 4v5 this time. Man advantage going in towards the defense.
Yeah, it's taken a while for that to happen, but Kenzie gets that opener there. And now it's all this split between B and here, so Kenzie needs to hit more. They do. They get the second. Roki shuts them down after that, but the work from the Jet is done. 4v3. Still, Spike is with the players here for Armour Esports. They can sort of reset this one. It's Riga. Shoulder peek out there. Now more info, Garrett. Snowy was just creeping forward. 50 seconds. Feels like they want to commit towards the A side, but if Norma's doing enough here to push this one up, and if Aplo shuts this down, maybe they're going to be forced in towards B at this point. It might just happen. Aplo, the Odin, doing so much damage in the last couple of rounds, and Armour Esports, they've got themselves through mid, but where do they go from here?
30 seconds left.
30 seconds remaining on the clock. This is going to be interesting. Noya taking down the Odin player in the form of Aplo, but Roki is now going to be having to play support here as they put in towards this full-time situation. It's now a 2v2. Cove is now going to be going down as well. Murdoch taking down Roki, and it's now going to be down to the lone player here in Noya with the amount of HP remaining. Is it gonna be working in towards their favor? That's one down now as well, and that's the spike defuse. Aqua getting in there, but Murdoch takes it down as well. It's getting another one for the defensive side squad.
Oh wow, the fact that I actually almost won that round at the end, just ugh. Probably about 20 HP on the man. Still comes out almost on top, but Retired. They're just hanging on for dear life, but I mean, that's what they need to do. Look, it doesn't matter how you win the rounds, as long as they get on the board here. They're up to 10, 2 away from forcing OT, and Armour Esports, a second opportunity to close out this first map is dropped. And now, they just start to get in their own heads here. You've been so dominant in this first half, but now, all of a sudden, things just work against you a little bit. Start to question some of the things that just seemed to be coming so easily to you earlier. And it's a whole grouping out on A. They're waiting to see if there was any aggression out here from the Retired squad, which there has been a few times. And now Noya ultimate popped on the Yoro. He's going to go searching, looking, and they are going to hit on towards this A side.
Everything's looking clear so far, but BMW gonna have to be a good one there and getting it there to Cherry Waves. And Noya taking down them for the trade. Roki is now taking down Aqua as well. We are now in a 4v3 situation. Oh, just a good spot there, but not enough. 14 HP remaining on the side of Noya as it goes down. The wall bang from up top, taking down Noya. And a reckoning is now available for this defensive side squad. They're now realized Roki.
Oh, I was going to say
taking down
timing.
the advantage shot.
Genji, no, it's the other direction, brother, and that might just be it there. Aplo is all that remains. Watchek comes in, and Armour Esports, third time's the charm on the map points. They get it done, 13 to 10. Oh, it got even a bit hairy towards the end there, but they do lock it away. A sensational second half is the difference maker there. And while we're talking about difference makers, there is a man sitting on 31 kills up the top. That definitely was that.
Oh, Noya being a masterclass there in this Yoru. Again, this is a massive shout out to Armour Esports just going against the fray, going against the usual team comps that Retired has put out. They actually had a plan on how they want to execute this map. They just want to just go for it, go for the go button. Yes, in terms of the timeline, they've had a bit of a few hiccups in round 21 and round 22. But again, like to go in towards the switch with an 8-round win streak is such a statement for Armour Esports. Again, it's a very structured one, and it's almost really close as well because of the first half that they've experienced. But Armour Esports just going down from a just like a pretty much like starting that first half, the next half with just 4 wins under their belt and just taking it down and starting to win 8 rounds is just beyond impressive to me. Noya, Cherry Waves taking a lot of space towards that side, and again, even with that one round with Alex, where they still managed to get a bit of a few strays in that rotate Looney Tunes chase with Roki with the spike, right? Again, there's just something about this Armour Esports squad that just makes me want to watch more and more, and I can't wait to see what they have done in Lotus as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, they take away Retired's map pick, so it's a perfect start for them. Lotus is coming up. They'll look to try and secure this 2-0. Hasn't been easy for them so far. Previous game yesterday, they were up against the stretch of things there. They got to do 13-11s. This time it's 13-10. I mean, they're going the distance, but they are locking in the games when required. Guys, we're going to take a little quick break here. When we return, we've got our second map coming up. Can the Retired boys do something to try and get this one to a third map, or are we going to see Armour Esports closing out on our second day here of relegation? So we'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back, everybody. The players, they are pretty much ready to go. They're flying into the second map. They don't want us to waste any time. I guess we're not going to be wasting any time of our own. But yes, if you did miss things from the first map there, 13-10 to this side of Armour Esports. They come out on top there. They take away the map pick of Retired, and now Retired have got a bit of a tough ass reverse sweep. Try and beat Armour Esports on Lotus. And, well, Diggsy, I mean, look, they've got the pieces there for it. There were moments, they had an 8-4 lead. It's about stopping momentum swings, and it's probably about shutting down one player in particular as well for Armour Esports.
Yeah, it's again like the way that they played Ascent was just very impressive to me as well. It was just the unconventional like team comp, right? And it's not the team comp that you used to with your Killjoy, KO, Sova, Omen, and Jet. And again, like as soon as Kenzie was the first player down towards the side of Retired, it was just pretty much go mode for Armour Esports to just like start zooming through. And zoom through they did. They have a Neon on their board. They have a Yoru on their board as well. So the attack side, as soon as that switch happened, is unstoppable now. But it's going to be interesting on how they're going to be doing stuff now that they're going to be going towards their Lotus. I do believe that they've seen them play Lotus as well before with an 11-3 scoreline. If you haven't seen them played Lotus yet, and if you are have yet to see an Armour Esports game yet, I believe you're in for a treat.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We're going to have to delay that just a little bit here because we had one of the coaches' PC dies. Not the players, one of the coaches. I mean, how does the coach's PC die? You're not even playing the game, son. Nothing should be running in the background there. So, to be fair, though, the notes, I've seen some of the note stuff, 20 different pages people have to set up on all 20 different screens. So that's what I'm assuming is what Stoddy got. Stoddy is the man who's dropped out, by the way. He will be back very quickly. But, yeah, I mean, look, as you said, I'm looking forward to seeing this Lotus look here. I didn't get the chance to see Armour Esports last night, but the way you put it down, I don't have a lot of faith. Well, I'll say faith. I don't have a lot of hope here then for Retired if they're going to play the way you're thinking. Still, they're on the defensive side, which actually could probably work for them even better as well, because that really puts the pressure on Retired to find themselves some openers there. They might look to do possibly like a double duelist. They only did the one the previous time there. That's what actually worked well for Armour Esports in the previous map. They did sacrifice having that, double duels on the defensive side, but it worked wonders once they got in the attack, and even them being down 8-4, able to switch things across here. I would imagine this time around, I mean, actually, they're in the same position, so could we see the double duelist again here?
Maybe. From based on what I've seen with K-Man so far yesterday, and this Armour Esports squad is just very scrappy, but it's not the type of scrappiness that you would expect, where it's just punches left, right, and center, right? It's not just like a pound for pound bout. It's pretty much what I would like to control, probably like say it's like a controlled chaos, if anything. That yes, they want to go engage in towards their fights. Yes, they want to press a W key and start aggressing. But if you notice on how these players play, they actually have a good sense of like where to swing, which angles have to go first, with every player just covering like one particular angle that has to be swung convincingly. And if they've played like they played yesterday in Lotus, I'm sensing Retired is going to be having a bit of a trouble dealing with this kind of play style. I think, like, I say screw it, like screw structure what you currently have. If you're Retired, I say fight fire with fire, and show them that you still, like, yes, for the lack of the better term, like, yes, you may be like quote unquote washed, but that doesn't mean that the skill is just like deteriorating from there, right? I mean, again, like, there's just a lot to prove for this Retired squad currently, and I think this is the perfect map to do so. It's an OCE staple, especially in the game changers side. Again, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting watch. I still have a lot of hope for this Retired squad, and they played very well in their attack side in Ascent. I can't wait to see how they decide to push this attack side now and towards an OCE staple map like Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, it will be very interesting on that part for them. I mean, at least from a little we've seen from the first few days, from this one here, from yesterday's one, Lotus is probably going to be able to work in their favour quite well. I mean, again, you've got that chance for quick turnarounds and swings on that side. We did see quite a bit of aggression actually from both teams. Both Retired and Lotus were very aggressive on the defensive end when they needed to be. Actually probably worked against Retired a little bit in towards a few of those rounds where, yeah, you try to be aggressive and you get it when you get those opportunities, but where they were sort of having to fall back when the attacking rounds, when they were pushed against it, I think Armour seemed to just come together. They were able to regroup a lot better if they did lose someone from aggression early on. So personally, they'll be hoping at least for that one to come through on that side. We're still, by the way, waiting for this coach. We've already got people asking to do interviews for after the game. Let's actually get the games done first for this one, fellas. Also, you want me to bloody serve me? I can barely run the stream as is. If you want me to try and add someone's player camera interview after this, that's just going to end absolutely poorly, and everyone knows that. But I think Stoddy's here. I think we're going to go. We're going to say, we're going to get ourselves going and start it for map number 2 on Lotus. Man, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun for this one.
Oh yeah, definitely indeed. It's gonna be, and it's now. I can't wait. Right, it's gonna start with this, with agent select now. And again, rocked it before. Armour Esports did, and we've seen a double duelist comp in Ascent. And guess what they're running in towards at this particular map? It's another double duelist composition for the side of Armour Esports. Noya, back in the Yoru, something tells me that we're gonna see another masterclass on how we're gonna be playing Yoru on towards this map. But guess who's in the Yoru on the other side now? It's the Odin Master himself in Ascent, Aplo.
That it is. So, well, I guess if they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I do like that on the other side. So we've got double duels on both ends here. As you said, Apollo, they've gone for the Euro pick. Kenzie is going to be switching over to the Rays. We've got Razors, we've got Euros, we've got Fades. We've, I think, is this just, it's a straight, it's 5. It's 5-5. We've got the same with every single character on both ends.
Yes, it is a mirror comp indeed. And it's like what I said, like, if you're retired, like, you just fight fire with fire, right? And I didn't expect the fire to be just like mirror their team comps as well, but again, it's and it's like they're listening on the stream and it's taking pointers, but we're now going to be looking towards the C side here, and it's going to be looking like a mound push, and we'll have to see if WashTech is going to be handling this convincingly, and it looks like going to be a 13 HP start with the Sentinel for Armour Esports in here.
Dive in there from Kenzie, looking to get some damage done towards the side here. Now, has actually been almost basically pushed out of that one there. Mochek will stay alive, but plan to go down, leave it in a 5v5, so good chance here for Retire to get off to a good start on their opponent's map pick.
Yes, indeed, and it's still, like, it's not too crazy, not too fight on fight just yet. WashTech still limping into towards that amount of HP. Now the Shear is going to be starting to be pulled out now as well. Aqua taking down Cherry Waves and Alex taking down Aqua for that trade. And it's still now going to be a 3v1. Noya is going to be the remaining member of that squad. And Pistol now goes to Retired as we enter this map of Lotus on 0-1.
Yeah, perfect stuff there for Retired. They took the Pistol to begin things over on map number 1. They didn't take it in the second half, of course, due to, well, losing 8 in a row, but that does tend to happen sometimes. Not often. Maybe just to a bunch of retired blokes. But, look, perfect play into the C-side. They got damage done early, forced WashTech away. Noya was unable to really get past that utility pit. Like, it was a 5v5, but they were just able to control. They took the space. They were able to then lay back a little bit, just delay as much as possible with time. Worked pretty perfectly for them. So, on the other side here, unfortunately, for the squad here of Armour Esports, not realistically much they can do into this round, but guess we'll have to wait and see.
Ooh, Washek activating the Arc Rose in there, but Murdoch really ready for it. Outlaw shot, takes down the Sentinel. Roki now is going to be tagged with that Boombot. Naya is going to be taking a little bit of a stance here, not making any noise, not making any sound. They know that there's one available towards the defensive side, towards C, but Alex ready in there for that as well. BMW now down. Apple taking down Noya with the outlaw shot of their own. Roki taking down Kenzie now as well. It is now a 1v3. As we get into this post plant, what is Alex gonna do here for this side of Armour Esports? It is gonna be Murdoch, Aplo, and Aqua taking down every angle that Alex could possibly push out to. Murdoch has the outlaw shot, but not enough, and Aplo has an offload shot of their own. And it's gonna be... That's going to be another retired win.
Yep, well, they get the job done. Got a little bit hairy there for a second. A couple at least, you take those kills away. Don't really have an opportunity to force too many of the Vandals or even think of the full buy-in for the next one there. But the bonus round here, they've got enough to work with.
There.
You see some half armors. Roki's not got the, well, I don't know what everyone's thoughts are on the, what's even the name of that armor again? It's the... I'm trying to think of the word for that one. Regeneration. It's
Regen shields.
probably got in theirs. Whether or not you either love it, you hate it. It's one of those things that with all the games. But chance here for Armour Esports to get themselves on the board.
Probably not going to be going through. Kenzie going in for that swing, and that's Noya. They're going to be the first casualty towards this round. 1 minute 15 remaining on the clock. Murdoch taking down Roki now as well. Armour Esports down to a 3-man in towards this defensive round for them. 1 minute remaining on the clock and 5 men still available for the side of retired. Washtech starts to swing out towards that smoke and tags Aqua, but not enough for the kill. As we're going into the 53-second mark. A lot of the attacker side now starting to shift towards a door. It's not going to be starting to pop in through Cherry Waves. Might be able to have someone in there taking down Aqua and taking down Kenzie now as well, and almost taking down Murdoch, but the crosshair's not going to be hitting. But it's now going to be down to the remaining player of Armour Esports in Washtech. That's the spike now going to be going through, but just as familiar towards second round. Gonna have to be rocking with 10 HP in the dream here. Gonna be dodging the Arc Rose and some bullet shots. Some Hail Mary shots in there, but taking down Murdoch is not gonna be enough to take the round. And retired is gonna be in a 3-round win streak for their attack side.
Okay, that got me nervous. I know that they only had the 10 HP Watjack, but the fact they were all lined up, oh, that almost got very hairy. But retired, what a perfect start, and what a response after you drop your map pick, after you get dominated in the second half. All 3 to start this one. Armour Esports in the bin with credits. You get the Sheriffs, the 1 stinger there for Alex, but once again they find themselves very awkward start. The defensive side here not getting what they were after. Gonna try and fix that with some aggression over towards Ace. They got the limited utility and weaponry. Trying to go forward off that one, but the time being they're held out, and that means that this over towards C, they're very quickly moving this one across here.
Oh, attacker side moving in towards C, but the defender side going in towards A, taking out a lot of space. That's the rubble space for them. That's Cherry Waves taking it down and having a good shot and a good information of where the rest that could go. They know that it's a C side push, but in towards spawn was Noya not too long ago. Well, was Apple not too long ago. Alex taking down BMW. The rest of the retired squad taking 2-piece for themselves. It is now a 4v2, making it a 3v1 now. Towards this attacker side, 44 seconds remaining on the clock. Spike is now going to be planted. It's now going to be down to Alex with that half amount of HP. Oh, and Kenzie shuts it all down despite Alex pressing the A and D keys, being slick with it, but not slick enough to take the round with them, and it retired. Now starting to be rocking a 4-round win streak for them. Murdoch rocking a 7-2-2 scoreline. Not bad for Apple as well with that 4-1-0.
Yeah, and you can see that they're not feeling too comfortable here, Armour, the start of this one. Again, that last round, not too bad, considering with the half buy, but Neuer's, 30 kills in the last map. All of a sudden, not really much happening for them here, and they're going to change this up. They've gone for the operator. And again, a lot of credits put in here. Full buy. If they don't have this one hit, find themselves again in that awkward position where they don't have enough money, all of a sudden retired, can start to run out here to about a 5-0 lead. Build towards basically evening this first half, and this is going to get really awkward here for Armour Esports if they can't convert one of these ones again. Presence already up towards A. Rotations have made their way over. There's a 3 there. They don't have to commit to it as well. The wall, they could easily just go into B for this side right here, because that is completely open right now.
And Nightfall's now going to be going in through there as well. Nightfall for Nightfall. Alex is going to be the first one down. Breakable door has now been pushed out. But Cherry Wave's taking down Murdoch now as well. Showstopper going to be going through. Aqua is going to be there as well. And just blink and you'll miss it. Washtech now is the last player taken down towards the Armour Esports side. With 2 remaining men on the side are retired. They take another round for themselves. This is a 5-round win streak, and now Armour Esports now gonna have to recoup and start to rethink on how this defensive side is gonna be going for them. We've seen them go back towards rounds like these, but going to the switch going to the side switch with just 0 points is gonna be hard for any team to go through.
Yeah, no, this is
it's gonna start with this timeout.
It's an awkward situation. They're starting to build up a couple of ultimates here, but like Cherry Waves and Alex used theirs there. That was the full buy. They don't come through again. They're back on towards these sheriffs, and Stoddy's got this timeout. Maybe would have wanted to call it possibly a little bit earlier, but you allow them at least to play those first couple of gun rounds. They don't work through. Operator didn't have a chance to really do anything, and that's probably the issue, but also I think Retired are working this quite well. Neuer's just not having the impact, and a lot of that is they've actually just avoided him a fair bit. So he can't really get himself any presence. He's sort of picking between these sites, and this is where the double duel is set up. And again, Retired are going to have the same problems, and I think on Lotus it becomes more of an issue because the way they've done this one is you don't really have the stops. You've got the walls there that Wojciech and also BMW have, but in essence, you really are just playing for utility and aim duels, and so far, Retired, they are just completely on top of them.
Again, Aplo taking down Cherry Waves just to start off with. Aqua with that headshot towards Washtech now down as well. 3 men remaining and towards that Armour Esports side squad. Make that a 2v4 as we get into the 1 minute 10 mark of this round. Roki gonna have to be very well aware on how they pick their shots here. No one's swinging towards the side of Retired yet, but Roki might be very fully prepared here. And as everyone starts to regroup towards the side of A, all this 4-man squad of Retired has to go do is clear tree and just wait for the defender side to start going in. But how are you going to be doing this if you are Roki and if you are Noya as well? Roki starting to get teeter towards the side of stairs, while Noya starting to clear out rubble as well. It's a bit too early towards that spike plant yet. Trying to trigger the door just in case, but Noya, where are you going to be putting it through? Takes down 1, but that's in for that trade as well. It's now going to be down to Roki with 17 HP remaining. Not going to be enough as BMW takes their 2nd kill towards this round. Retired, running away with it, with credits in tow.
Now we wait.
Setting up that retirement fund towards getting this map win. Starting off this round and this half with 06.
Yeah, no, this is a rough watch so far for Armour Esports. I don't know. They just don't. Nothing's really working up. They've tried a few different things with aggression here. They have sort of been half-half with a buy, so they haven't really been able to, string those together. And that's, the lack of credits, not through the lack of trying when it comes to these ones here. But again, you try some aggression on this side, and now it's coming from that one there. And oh my God, Kenzie and BMW, they take those kills, completely desperating this one. Cherry's just basically left by their lonesome. Their position's now known. They can swing it. Oh, maybe get one, but Cherry with a double. It's something, but will it be enough? Roki creeping on forward, needs this kill, 2v2. It's the best opportunity they've had. But can they lock this away? They definitely can as Roki delivers another. And now it's all left on Murdoch. And finally, Armour Esports, they have an opportunity to get themselves on the board here.
Well, this might gonna be a tricky one, but we've seen this before. 2v1 clutches can be simple yet very complicated to execute. They know that they're currently inside the smoke. Murdoch, Wizzy can be going it through. Murdoch thinking he's got a good headshot onto Noya, but Roki shuts it down. It's finally gonna be an Armour Esports round for themselves. Rocking in 1-6. They break the 6-round win streak of this attacker side retired. But now it's gonna be in their court as well. Retired, rocking a lot of credits still to share in these buy rounds. But again, Armour Esports still rocking not much after just having one man just remaining towards that round. Very convincing round to win for themselves, but they still look broke as hell.
Yeah, no, that's the problem here. They've got the round, but the credits are just completely in the bin. So what do you do in this situation? Apollo just gets themselves out there. The teleport just in time. And I was going to say, Noya, last map, he would have locked that kill. An opener for Armour Esports. Just hasn't been it so far here. I mean, they've got the weaponry, and it's enough to work with, but they're just short a little few things here. And Retired can easily just get a 7th, can easily just go straight back in to dominating this first half here. Cherry's got the primary jam, so that means that the site, well, site's gone. It's just going to be the 5v5 on the retake.
Steel Garden now going to be used towards this side. It's still a 5v5. Cherry Waves getting tagged a little bit of that Razor Vines there. Now it's going to be Kenzie. It's trying to like get a good sense of where everything is. Shot's going to be fired towards getting a good shot there. Cherry Waves taking down BMW. Apple for the trade. Trades on trades going to be happening. And just like that, it's a 2v2. Murdoch have a good sense of where everyone is going to be. Tagging down Alex to below half HP. And it's now going to be Kenzie. Might have a good shot on towards Noya here, but that's the scoping. Yoru going through. Getting in there. It's the blast pack. Taking them out of position for the tap. Taking Noya out of sync. And taking a round for themselves once again. And it's Retired going in, running for that round.
And the blast pack as well to knock Noya back. And that about sums up his half so far. But yeah, Murdoch, Kenzie, 21 kills between them. Retired, immediate bounce back there. Armour's in the bin again. They just cannot get anything done on this side. Again, they're trying for the aggression. Again, they've got the 3 they're pushing in. Maybe 5 even towards A main. So they are trying. They're trying to see what can work for them. But BMW as well, he spotted that early. They can just rush this towards C. I mean, Watcher can hear what's going on. But when you've only got a classic and not much else to work with here, you've basically given up the side on this side. And again, they don't have to commit to it. They can take this slow. They can just get themselves in towards the side. Noya, can they find themselves something with the Sheriff? So far, not the case. They have to fall away. Seaside is basically open. Cherry Waves decides to get aggressive. It doesn't work. Nothing is coming together. Apple's just finding kills here. And this round seemingly over as well.
3v5. Plant's now going to be going through. Murdoch taking down Noya as well. And just like that, Roki is the final person to be falling down towards this Armour Esports side squad. We're going to be rocking the scoreline of 1-8. Armour Esports really need to bite their teeth here. Yes, they're rocking a lot of Sheriffs. Yes, but still, it's going to be tricky when you're just that scattered as a defense. But it's still Retired, really taking the fight to them. They know they're on their broke buys. But again, we're going in towards this side. And this round, just a full gun round now. A bit of a force buy now here for Armour Esports once again.
I mean, once again, they get aggression towards A main, but it doesn't particularly mean much if you're not going to re-aggress off it or if you're not going to find picks. You're holding the space, but at the same time, you're not getting anything out of it. There's no kills, and at the end of the day, Retire can just hold for a bit. The utility that comes out on the other side is wasted early on. Yes, it holds the presence on the other end, but is it really worth it in that regard?
Yeah, we'll have it to see now. Paranoia waiting for the side of Roki. They know that Arcros has been activated. Paranoia sounds going to be going it through. Dark cover is starting to pop towards that side as well. Fade pops up the Nightfall. That's Aqua's side. Roki now going to be tagged up. Going to have to die to pain shells. And that is, once again, a 4v5 in the 40-minute mark. But Spike has not been pushed up yet. Gonna have to be going through. Cherry Waves takes down the Sentinel. That's gonna be BMW down. It is now 3v4. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Spike is gonna be rotated
Alex,
down to the B side instead. Alex now gonna be going down on not having the wherewithal on where the other player is going to be. Murdoch, what an angle holds. And as the Spike now goes down, it is now going to be a 4v2. Armour Esports getting their 2 duelists down. That's Cherry Waves in there. But Kenzie going in for the trade. Now it's going to be down to Noya. It's going to be down to Aqua as well to take down the shot and holding that angle. Nothing going well to the side of Armour Esports as they go into this round. On round number 11. With just a little bit of spare change and buys, with a little bit of health, regen shields, just 3 Guardians and possibly 1 Vandal just to save lives, probably to pass through. It's just gonna be just that one for Noya.
Yeah, I mean, like you don't want to give up a map, but I do wonder if Armour Esports are just thinking map 3 already, because this has been just disastrous on all ends. Yes, you will be getting onto your attack, but when you can't get rounds on your defensive side, it really doesn't matter. I mean, they lose the pistol. This one's done. We're going to map 3. Retired. They're not going to be in that mindset. They've still got work to do, but they have just been clinical. Won these aim duels. Alex, well, I was going to say last round, unfortunately, got the timings, just didn't go their way. They're out of this one pretty much immediately there. 4v5 once again, player advantage. It's just been every time. There's just nothing Armour Esports can work with. And again, they're just not sure. They're all rotating this one towards A. They're just basically gambling. They're guessing. They're not getting the reads because they're not getting the space. They're not finding early picks. And for the retired squad, again, they'll get B for free. Spike will go down, 4v5. And now you've got to try, at the very least, to get the 2. You're in a really tough situation to get this retake done.
We'll have to see. There's a bit of a more man advantage. And this side for the side of Armour Esports, so that's not too bad for them, but they gotta hit their shots first, and hit their shots they did. Roki taking down BMW now. Showstopper now gonna be going through, but Murdoch in there for the trade, and going for the swing is gonna be Noya. That's guns available for the side of Armour Esports now, and as we see, and as we pull through, Armour Esports finally take a map and round of their own here. As everything goes going through, they go gun shopping. They take a gun for themselves. They're gonna be going to a last round and a half for scoreline of 2-9.
Yeah, and well, they get there in the end. It was, I mean, again, it was tough. I mean, fair enough. 4v5, they actually did the retake quite well there. Cherry, the ultimate coming through nicely with that showstopper, gets that opening kill. They get the one on towards, it was sort of BMW. They just needed the 1, and I'm pretty sure they would have won that round from there. Retired, but be a bit disappointed they dropped that advantage there because they want to keep this round. So they wanted to get this one at 11-1. Doesn't work out in the end for them, but still 9-3 on the line here, and can Armour at the very least find themselves into a 3rd? Not when Murdoch's just checking those angles, and there's just no chance of Watchek to get that trade either.
Again, it's just really tricky and really hard. Alex just in a really interesting spot and towards that box. Not allowing the teammates to get in for the trade there. It's a bit of an oopsie positioning, but again, the side of Armour Esports still now going to be going through. Things starting to still be a little bit quiet. Roki has the wherewithal to take down that Haunt. And as the attacker side's now starting to be going in through, it looks like it's going to be a really convincing A-side push here for the side of Retired. Taking down Noya now as well. A showstopper going to be activated for Retired now too. Washtek going in very around the Rosie. And going in, takes one, it takes two. Dimensional Drift is over. And triple kill now going to Washtek, taking it to a 3v2. And that's the one almost in there. Murdoch for the shutdown. Flashback going through. A triple now for Murdoch as well. And now it's going to be down to Roki to save this round for Armour Esports. And no, close but not Cigar either. Murdoch with the quad for the side of Retired. And they are going to be going into the next half with 10-2. What a scoreline.
Oh man, even when it looks like it's working for Armour Esports, it just falls to pieces there. I mean, Murdoch, he's on 19 kills, the Omen. Having a day in the park. Kenzie's 14, those two, 35 kills between them. That is, what was it, 19, 24, that is 2 more than the entirety of Armour Esports together at the moment. Still, they've got 2 rounds. If they can find a pistol, maybe there's a way back. I mean, they won 8 in a row in our previous map over on Ascent. Who's to say they can't do it again? It's a tough ask, but if they want to get this series done in a 2-0 fashion, it has to happen here and now.
And it's going to be another one, but this time it's the defensive side now going in for the aggression. And now Retired Esports in the back foot. But again, now that Spike now starting to go down as well. It is now going to be a 2v3 just as the barrier goes down. Again, it's now Noya and Alex just remaining on the side of Armour Esports here. Oh, and just like that, Alex is going to be the lone one here, but not going to be a tricky ask since this is just a 1v2, but you're going to be up against Aplo and a very, very convincing BMW in there so far. It's very interesting now. No one's giving a good inch towards the seaside, and they're starting to look on where it could be. They're starting to just start to search, possibly towards B, but Alex have to have the wherewithal to actually pull through.
This is either the greatest timing or the worst timing for them because they...
30
Oh, they're going to walk into them. Oh, God. The jug comes to the
Gonna be
angles.
finding out Alex is one and not going to be finding the other. A triple kill for Alex, but not going to be enough. And that's going to be another round putting in towards Retired. They're just 2 rounds going in. And it's just match point away. This is 1 round away from match point. Oh, Armour Esports. It's just far from reach. Will they be able to pull this through? If they do, it's going to be one heck of a heist, Has.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going for it because they've had to force into this one, so they know this is basically it here. No save for full rifles. It's going to be just second round, what you've got, anything you can use, try and get the job done. Is it going to happen? I don't really feel like it is going off what we've seen so far. Again, Noya going down early. Region just goes forward into this one. Oh, Aqua, a double up there as well. Finding all they need to. Cherry Waves need to find something pretty special. They got one, but Kenzie, movement on the jump packs. 10 map points. I didn't think I'd be saying that. I mean... And look, Diggsy, I don't want to give you a caster curse. I don't know if this technically counts as a caster curse, but you talked up Armour Esports Lotus. It hasn't really come to fruition.
Oh, not very characteristically from what I've seen before towards this Lotus side, but again, maybe it has been a caster curse for me. If you're an Armour Esports fan, I take accountability for that caster curse, but hey, curse be cursed, but you still got players on your side. Will it work now towards this round? Everything is now on the back foot for Armour Esports here. Murdoch having a good position and where they could be. Dark cover now going to be pulling through. They have a good vision. Prowler going to be going in through. That's Murdoch down. But Aqua taking down 2 with them as well. Going in for that trade. It's a 3v3. What a skirmish that we've been having through so far. Pain Chill's not going to be going in through that side. Not taking no one yet so far. Everything in towards the attacker side for Armour Esports is going in towards C. Not a lot. Nothing going in through towards that R Crows just yet. Bit of a Hail Mary shots from Outlaw from that Outlaw shots. Oh, now going to be going into towards this pace with a post plant. Still a 3v3 matchup. Alex might be able to push through here.
Oh, you
Kenzie.
better hit that shot, brother. Oh, they know where Kenzie is, but if he allows him to get it, oh god, oh no, they get them in the end, but that's what they can't be giving up. Not in a 2v2 situation. They still should get the job done here as Rocky finds another. It's all on Mr. BMW. And breathe a sigh of relief, Armour fans. You get it done in the end. Oh god, Alex. I don't know. I'm trying to think who got taken out there, because I don't think they're his favourite player at the moment.
Oh, man.
Feeling generous?
Alex. Well, a bit of a sacrificial lamb there, like a sacrificial lamb play, but I don't know what the calls were there, but...
I mean, they do exactly where they was. So yeah, maybe just put it there. Look, they should have got the kill, realistically. He was just trying to get the kill over, but 1 match point saved. 9 more to go.
Well,
Time to jump.
thus the heist begins for Armour Esports. Cherry Wave going into a good start with taking down Kenzie. That is the Raze for Raze matchup with 1 duelist now down. Noya taking down Vice as well. Murdoch now going down to the fellow Omen and Roki. And it's now a 5v2 for a change. Aqua going in for that shot. What a shot on Cherry Waves, but not going to be enough as Alex finally gets a kill towards that side. No sacrificial lambs here. That's another round going towards Armour Esports.
Yeah, no, so did you see that? Oh my lord, that sheriff shot was absolutely insane from Aqua. Like, Cherry Waves got they were moving there, jump backs across, got their head absolutely ripped off, so little highlight there for Retired, considering what they came into the round with, but now, full buys in, 2 opportunities dropped, 8 more left. You're very far from getting worried at the moment, but, you know, Armour Esports, it's a start. They're working their way back. Now, are they going to do it? But the rational person inside me says no. But let's have some fun with it, shall we?
Well, we're gonna be having fun for this cast either way. 1 minute 16 remaining on the clock yet. Spike has not been in deep yet to have a convincing site execute.
Shadows traveling.
Murdoch going in for that dark cover. Oh, Noya. I thought they were going to be pushing in through towards that smoke as well, but Aplo has the wherewithal to find Alex as well. And Murdoch getting 1, getting 2 as well, and just like that, Retired, taking back their cash and sticking it into their lockers because they take map 2 convincingly. And that's going to be Lotus in there, and this tying it up to the series with 1-1. What a game has.
Yeah, okay, well that just sort of happened that last round there. Fair enough. Murdoch and Kenzie, the stars of the show, and I mean, Oliver Ty put it in, but 40 kills between them. Cherry Waves and Rocky got going towards the end, but the average combat score on Murdoch, 335, the first bloods, all the plans they got done, and that was a difference maker as well. I mean, Cherry's the closest up there with 3, but they're just absolutely outdone on that side. Aplo really didn't actually need to do too much. They only faced what they needed to. I mean, the econ rating of 44 is quite bizarre, especially with Akka as well, but again, at the same time, with the combat scores, what they had in that regard, they didn't need to do it. They didn't need to really get that much damage, get that much, setup stuff done. They were just playing the roles they needed to. Aplo, again, is the duelist there, but, he was just playing distraction. He's holding those flanks, and, it's back to the drawing board for Armour Esports. They got the first map done, but they are going to have to completely reset if they want to put up anything here on map number 3.
Well, we're going to be going to map 3 now. It's going to be interesting. I believe that one is going to be Icebox. That's another map that I saw Armour Esports played in. And for the sake of the caster curse, I'm not going to say much. We're going to keep quiet there. I did see a bit of a peek of towards the chat there. A bit of a good thanks, Digsy, by Armour Esports there. I'd say you're welcome. And kudos to Armour Esports, though. They actually know that they are not the their armor aren't is not that flawless yet. Like there's still some kinks in it. There's still some vulnerabilities in towards the strats that they currently pulled up. For a double duelist comp, it seems to be just shut down by retired esports. And I did say it before, right? Like, if retired esports has to pull off something this massive by taking a map away, it's just fighting fire with fire. And fighting fire with fire, they did, right? They were very convincing in what aggressions that they need to take. They even put it up like in a very good mirror comp. Um, and for me on my side, and I think I'm just very excited to just get in towards like this map 3, right? And it's gonna be an interesting one on how both of these teams tackle Icebox, because I think like this one so far is in towards their group. Every round is gonna be starting to win, and this map 3 is gonna be saying it all on how you want to go in, and especially if you want to take a spot in the league.
Absolutely, and we'll be back into it soon, but the players are going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break. Here's a little intermission. Map number 3 coming your way. Don't go anywhere. It's tied 1 apiece between Armour Esports and Retired. We will be back right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little break there. We're about to get underway for map number 3. For joining us for the first time, well, it's been a series so far. We've had sort of a close half. We've had some disproportionate halves. We've had a complete destruction of one team towards the end there after they looked like they were going to run away with this for 2-0. I mean, Armour Esports, they had the 13-10 over on map 1 on, well, the map pick of Retired. We thought, you know what, they're going to go on Lotus. Diggsy had said it. They've got, it's fantastic. They're locked in. They're going to get it done. Didn't happen that way. Retired. They came out all guns swinging, 10-2 first half, lock it up 13-4. And we're now going to Icebox to decide this one here.
Icebox, another one. It's you either love it or you hate it, right? It's one of those maps where everything's just decided on which fights you take. Again, it's this time, despite it not being a 3-sided map, there's always like a there's always like 3 zones or 3 stages that you can take it through, right? You can either go to either of the extremities, or you can just have a good old time in fighting through mid. But again, it's gonna be interesting. I've seen Retired now play their game in Lotus as well, and again, now it just makes me more excited to see how they're gonna be playing Icebox. And thank you for actually sharing those races with me and having a good old time and showing us and the viewers on how you can go in here Retired. But Armour Esports though, momentum is gonna have to be the momentum breakers are gonna be having towards this team if they want another win in their record in this group stage, because they're only taking, I believe, just 2 per group, and again, you need like every win you can take, and if you want to win, you definitely have to be the one to take this one and this last map. As we go into towards Agent Select now, a bit of a similar hovers.
Surely it's not double
Agent...
duelist again. Surely it would never be double duelist every single time.
Surely not a double duelist
I mean,
again.
look, hey, if I was going to say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, last map it was pretty broken, but you know, this time it definitely comes together and works. But I say that Armour were the ones that had it. They've gone against it now. And to be fair, this is the start of Icebox side. You are looking at the Retired lads. They're going to be looking to get those Icebox rounds together, attacking in. Do they lock it in? Aplo, he's throwing it up, and he does. So they've gone the Jet, the Rainer, and they've also got that Killjoy, the Sova Viper. It's most of the usuals, but Armour, after, well, the double didn't work for them on the second map, they've just gone back to what you would say the norm there, which is you know, sort of a replacement where you got Roki goes back to that the Harbour. But you can see that Neuer. So they've gone to the Viper. They had such a good game on that first duelist, but couldn't get going at all. Bottom fragged over on our second map. So they're on Viper now. They start to change things around. But this is it, map number 3. All the marbles right now on the line. Who's going to take it? One of these squads. I mean, Armour Esports are trying to get to a 2-0 beginning. As you were saying, there's not many rounds. Like you only get 4 games. Top 2 teams from every group make their way through.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, and as you say before, it's like it's just do or die now, and this is the last map indeed. Apple was just teasing me in that in that Agent Select before. I really wanted them to pick that Waylay, but again, they stick for the Jet. And how this was played before is if Kenzie puts up the Lear, and then a lot of people just back up that shot, because Lear only needs 2 shots to take, but Noya only needs 1 to take down Kenzie, and that's the Reina now down. Washik taking down Aqua as well, and now it's just a 4v3 as Aplo goes in for that jumping right click onto wards. Washtek there. And 1 minute remaining on 1 minute 10 remaining on the clock as Noya taking down Murdoch as well. We're now a 4v2. 4-8 change. It's Retired now putting in there for the back foot. Far cry from what they did in Lotus. And will it be a far cry in there? And it's going to be that case indeed. Armour Esports taking in that pistol round for themselves, starting it off with a 1-0.
That's the confidence boost they need, so in there, and especially Neuer after they had a shocker on map 2. perfect start for them. Couple on the Viper, Alex, Roki, Wojciech. Cherry didn't really have to do too much in the end, but that's good. Everyone gets a kill. Everyone gets that little bit of confidence back. It's a complete reset. You can control momentum. You control how this one goes. And, well, on the other side, pretty lackluster there, at least for the pistol, for the retired squad. And now they find themselves with not much to work with. Aplo come together here. And this is where, you know, they go the double duelist. They don't find these rounds in the attack. Defensive side is going to become a real question for them. So they need to get these rounds here. You're probably not looking to find yourself the second, but get to the gun rounds. Try and get the momentum you had from map 2. Lock that away. See how you can move it from there.
Yeah, it's gonna be another one there, Kenzie. I know it's just an alarm, but goddamn, it's just what a flick there too. But you're gonna have to be that sharp once you get across some heads and the side of Armour Esports. 56 seconds remaining on the clock. Spike is nowhere near to any site yet currently, and as Noya taking down Aplone, that might be the opening that the defensive side of Armour Esports need to taking down now as well. Noya on that second shot for Kenzie, and it's going to be, might be a third one if they decide to swing towards that side. Oh, the timing was just not enough. Could have gotten an Aqua with the
30
good
seconds left.
bullets towards their back there. With 30 seconds remaining on the clock, the rest of the side of Retired now swinging towards A. Gonna have to dodge a little bit of that recon dot on the defensive side, but again, it is now the plant. 13 seconds remaining on the clock as it goes down. Alex now going to be going through Murdoch, taking down Roki, and that is Alex the only going in there for that trade, and that is now going to be a 4v2. Not a lot of HP remaining from either side, but Wojciech taking down BMW, and so does Cherrywave taking down Murdoch now as well. And that's the defuse now going to be going through for the side of Armour Esports. Taking it down convincingly, Noya still has yet to die, and so does Alex. 4-0-0 and 2-0-1 for that initiator on Armour Esports side. Taking it down 2-0 now. And as we're going into this gun round now for Retired, Clues and Tails might get a good view on what they need to do here.
Yeah, a little bit of extra credits there does allow them to get pretty much full armor across the board with that spike plant. And the other side will just be the bone. Well, I say the bonus. Cherry's invested in the operator. That's it's risky. I like it though. And they're going to be trying to get aggressive off the opening one here as well. There's not anyone around A main for this hit that they were possibly hoping to get something done there. Instead, Retired playing very defensive on their attacking end here to begin this one. Starts and out, slowly creep their way forward, but as they come into B, there's a Viper waiting for them. Noya off to a great start here. 4 kills on the board. How confident are they feeling?
Murdoch might actually have maybe a good sense of where Noya could actually start to swing off of. Synchronized squats going on towards this attack side. Noya getting down 1, and that's another 1, and that's the 2, and that's the 3! That's a triple kill for Noya! Might be the quadra, but no, Murdoch shuts it down, but still Armour Esports rocking the 4-man as 48 seconds remain on the clock, and it's now just down to 2 men for the side of Retired. Make that 1, and it's now just going to be Murdoch with the spike in tow as they swing towards the withering waves of Harbor. And it's now gonna be another defensive side win for the side of Armour Esports, triggering a timeout for Retired.
Yeah, that's an early call, and honestly, not a bad one. Well, I asked the question, how was Noya feeling? How confident were they? I think they're pretty confident. They've got a bit of their groove back after that last map. That was absolutely perfection. 3K, almost the 4th. Cleanups come on the other side, and that hurts because that was the buy round there. That was their first one in for Retired, and just falls completely flat. And the fact that they just really were not ready for anyone to be at yellow box there, or at least because I think it was Alex who, I should have apologized, it was Akra who just swung into that. They didn't even peek it, maybe thinking that Murdoch had an angle to get that trade. Just didn't happen, and then they just didn't have a chance for trade. They just couldn't hit their shots. Nora's up to 7. Armour find themselves on 3. credits start to build up very, very nicely because, I mean, again, only 2 players have died. You're already getting yourselves in a perfect position on this side. You're on the defensive end as well. And now this chat that they've had here retired. Where do they go from here? You don't have the buy into this one. You've gambled on the double duelist. It's already looking very rough. Still, you can say it's early in the half, but something will need to change here. Probably not for this round, considering what they've got in the buy department, but someone needs a play. Someone just needs to put through a confidence boost. Get what they were going on map number 2. Otherwise, they might be on a 13-4 on the opposite end.
Well, it's gonna be tricky. Alex and Cherry Waves have yet to die, but Noya taking down Apple. That's the first blood again going towards their favor. Wansek taking down a double, and the rest of the Armour Esports squad fighting for that space in mid. Once again, Murdoch gonna be alone here, gonna be chased down as Cherry Waves gets their first op-shot kill with a scoreline of a 3-0-1, and so does Alex and Armour Esports, rocking a 4-round win streak now. Something's gotta give again for Retired here, but it's gonna be a good old force buy. Bit of a risky one now for this one, because if they lose this gun buy, it is gonna be broke central for this attacking squad of Retired. That's a lot of Retired funds gonna be wasted on a lot of this loadout.
Well, they need their duelists to come alive here. Just the 1 kill between them so far. Oh, Viper Pit popped over towards A, so I mean, you basically say the site is done for the round, but then maybe they want to go looking for this one. Upload. Oh, wow! When you find Alex like that, it works all right. Roki does get the trade back in the meantime. So not all too bad there. No, they spray of their own. All of this just coming through. Smokes the sides and Noya returns the favor. Oh, none of these players can even see each other at the moment. Devastation on both ends to Retired. Once again behind 4v3. Kenzie, surely not. You go into this. Oh.
Just
He is. Oh, and he gets it as well. What is happening?
Prayers are being said right now. Left, right, and center. Smoke shots be damned. It is now a 2v3. 30 seconds remaining on the clock for a change. A man advantage going towards that attacker's side for Retired. Cherry Waves rocking that operator. Has a good idea on where this Reyna could be. And that's the op shot. Bang, number 1 comes through. WashTech has a good angle to come through as well. That's the tube kill for Murdoch, taking down the operator shot. But it's gonna be down to WashTech, the lone sentinel of this Armour Esports squad. And finally, we have a win in the round going towards the side of Retired.
Oh, wow. Well, it was certainly something, but it's what they needed. A confidence booster there. I thought the way there was the 4v3, I mean, that really just falls on the Kenzie. The 2 kills they get out of that is absolutely massive because they had no right to get Noya there. Absolutely none. Get that kill and the secondary follow-up. They switch a 4v3 into a 3v2. They get the job done on A. And in the end, they actually don't use any ultimates off it, so it's a perfect round for them. Still, if you're Armour Esports, it's not the end of the world. Buy back into this one. You've still got all the weaponry you could ask for. Everyone's coming up on their ultimates on both sides there as well. But Cherry Waves, this is a very dangerous position to be sitting for this long here, and their position will be found as well. So if they get pushed upon, could be a little bit dangerous. In fact, A might just be given up completely. Do they just allow this fight to go down and then go for the 5v5? They do have the ankle, but Kenzie, all right, this man's woken up, and this is what they're after. Spike goes down. The Hunter's Fury does get a bit of damage, but not enough. And now 5v3 with Murdoch fighting that one. All of a sudden, it should be 2 in a row here for Retired.
And again, 5v3. That's the advantage that they currently have. Noya getting down for a trade by Kenzie there. Starting to get in a roll. No PC checks required here because we know it's all natural as Alex taking down Aplo now as well. Good roll swing from the Silva, but a swing from Kenzie taking it all down as Roki taking it for the trade, and Aqua have a trade of their own. And just like that, the 2-man advantage has worked in their favor and has Retired, taking down the round for themselves. I was gonna be saying, like, if I see another, like, vision blocker, smoke kill, Hail Mary, bullet spray that gets a headshot, I am flipping my computer and eating my keyboard, because there is no way that is just gonna happen in my ranked games. And it just happens just like as I watch it in front of me. It is hilariously, like, really good timing in there for these players, but what a round so far for Retired.
Alex taking that orb there as, well, we did see this one. Neuer, oh wow, real aggression from this side here. Neuer and Roki.
You should run.
Better for this side, actually. I should say it was on the other end, Neuer on that side. With their jet. Murdoch's put down the Killjoy ultimate, so that'll keep this one together. And Murdoch, oh wow, they go aggressing for it. I don't think they were expecting it to be that far forward. Plans will go down, leave it in the 4v5. Alex, they get the setup here. They're getting flanked from behind, so they're just in a world of hurt. So even with the plant down, they're just in so much areas where they have to keep this one together. Kenzie finds one. All they have, the Viper Pit. This is what they have to work with now. BMW jumping on down. Now Orbit left, and the smoke integrity fades. And Alex gets the kill. Job done. Defuse locked away. And Armour Esports, they come together when needed. Team Ace, everyone steps up there. Retain that lead. Put it back to a 3-round advantage. And they put the credits once again for Retired in the dumps a bit. Still, you gotta say, they're looking at least a bit better of the goods. That timeout from Elders, it's settled them a little. They'd be a bit disappointed about how that round played out there.
Yeah, that Reckoning Viper going up against that Viper Spit from the attacker side was such a good call from the side of Armour Esports too. Yes, he can. It forces this attacker side that had the Viper Spit to actually just flood out and stop camping that Viper Spit decay, and leaving them out and forcing them to go in towards that fight. And this is another fight that's being forced up towards this B side. Noya now not getting the good space that they currently have in this in the earlier rounds compared to before. And as we starting to slow down, and now Hunter's Fury is now going to be starting to get engaged. And Cherry Waves takes down a good headshot from that Blade Storm and towards Kenzie. 1 minute remaining on the clock as we go in at 5v4. And what are you going to do when you're running out of duelists to go in for? And as Noya taking down your Sentinel as well as you go in for that rotate, how are you going to push this out? Rafter player going to be going in through. Alex has the wherewithal to actually swing that and kill BMW. It is now down to 2 players remaining for the side of Retired. Aqua taking down Cherry Wave. Duelist now down. Noya still on a rampage as this lone player of Aqua with 86 HP and a dream. Gotta be going through. Jumps off. Not gonna be enough as Noya takes the 3rd kill of this round. Viper on fire. Poison locked and loaded. 14, 4, and 2. It is the unstoppable machine for this controller on the side of Armour Esports.
Yeah, no, just really well held over towards that B site. The initial one, they get the kill as well there from Noya. It's up to 14 now before they can get that crosser back towards the A site. Again, they just ran out of numbers, ran out of time, and they can't get an entrance in. I mean, Noya's just basically shutting them out of B, so they've got no hope to get in there at the moment. Bayer's in the bin, and well, they've got those 2 rounds, but they need to start working with a little bit more here. And I just don't know if they're going to have the possibilities for it. Noya will be pushed on. Close to playing this one, but they're past it. They want to take these fights because they know that they can land the kills. They actually only get one at the end. It was Watchak who was right behind them, does the damage, spike down. That's round basically over. The only way Armour really give this up is if they just present a bunch of 1v1 fights. No need for that to happen. They are just shutting things down on the defensive side. 7. Momentarily, it seems, just away from them, and they're looking the goods right now, considering how they were the 13-4 on that second map.
4v2. 50 seconds remaining on the clock here. Defensive side starting to go very aggressive on where they currently are. Murdoch and BMW gonna have to lock in here towards this yellow side. Armour taking down a lot of space towards yellow and where the spike
Last
currently
player
is. Here
standing.
comes the swings. Watch Tech taking down BMW, and that's Alex taking down Murdoch now as well. Being very clinical here is Armour Esports in this defensive side. It might have been working for them as well because this is a Viper and a Harbor comp as well, but question marks now starting to be going to be going through once the switch happens. Yes, you are dealing with a double duelist comp in this attacker side, but again, this is another question mark here for Retired on how they're going to be dealing in this towards the defensive side, but we're going to go into this current attacker side for them. We'll still see if it goes through in their favor. Kenzie gonna be rocking a 6-9 score line here. Pushing it going through is the Retired Esports squad. Gonna have to be dealing with a very tricky Viper spit here. Drone's gonna be giving a lot of information on what they currently are and where everyone is in towards the side. And that is gonna be the hope in their round so far. Alex goes down, but Noya is gonna be unstoppable with that double kill. Aqua going in for that trade. It's now gonna be a 3v3. Equal man advantage going in towards this round as 1 minute remaining on the clock, as Spike is now starting to be going towards the safer side of the site. It's gonna be App low, and it's gonna be Aqua, it's gonna be Murdoch. Gonna have to play post plant here. I believe this is a post plant that we haven't seen in a while, but Armour Esports might be well aware of it. Cherry Waves is now down. Aqua taking down as well. That's the third, but that's the trade for Roki. And that's one for Roki as well. That's the second one. It is now down to the controller versus the Sentinel. Defuse not gonna be going through. Oh, Nano Swarms going down as well, forcing Roki out of the Clove. And that is a round going towards the Sentinel, and another round finally going to the attacker's side of Retired.
Yeah, a big round there. I mean, they have to sacrifice, again, almost everything into that one, but it's a round on the board. It's 3. 7-5 still very much a possibility. But Armour Esports, the barometer seems to be, if Naya is popping off, then they're in pretty good stead. And the fact they're 17-6 and, well, they got almost a 3k in that round as well. The double on the other side still almost brought it back into that one there, but it's funnily enough, the 2 rounds they've lost, the Viper Pit has been popped by now, so, you know, maybe just put it away, don't use it.
Yeah.
All you need is your gun.
Yeah, that might be the case. It is a shooter after all. FPS is the genre of this game of Valorant. If it's all abilities, it might as well just be League of Legends, but that's not it! As Waztek goes in for that wall bang for Kenzie. And it's now down to a 4v5 again for this attacker's side. Retired not seem to be getting a break to getting how many space that they can take without being punished. And it is a tap going in towards that spike, and a little bit of a sneaky retreat for the side of Retired. Could be a fake if they're going down here, but it looks like it's going to be like a shifty as commit.
Oh, they're just going to go now then. 35 seconds. I think it's going to start to dawn on Armour Esports what's happening here. So, they'll still have the numbers in the retake. 4v5. Plant will go down with the spike. You've got Aqua, who's playing the flank here. The Hunter's Fury actually comes out probably just a little too late for that one, unfortunately. Unable to find anything there is Alex. A little bit of a waste, maybe. Still, something to work with there. Murdoch's heard all this. Oh, timing. Depending on how this goes, could find that there. I was going to say timing, that's for one on that side. And now there's a real possibility that Murdoch can do so much damage. They can't find one to begin with, but then it all comes together. And they have done the job. Perfect. A flawless hold in the end on the B site. And it's the flanks, it's the holds that do the damage. And a big round there for Retired. They're up to 7. 7-5, and considering where this one was going, they would take that any day of the week. Armour Esports, though, still full buy, still all the credits available. They want to make this at least 8.
Oh, yes. still starting to. It's a very doable switch, for this last round and the half. It's getting a lot of rounds that they should be taking if for retired esports, and that's gonna be a good amount of kills for that attacker side too. Alex getting caught out there, and Cherry Wave's gonna have to be killing drone duty. But again, what a good start for this round for retired esports. It's triggering that rotate and now starting to shift towards Armour Esports' B side. WatchTech might be having to go through Alarm Bot here, but not going to be having enough reflexes to give a 2-shot on that Reyna Lear. Noya taking down Aqua once again. A very convincing Vandal headshot there, and the snake bite's now going to be going through. Roki taking down Kenzie as well. Viper's Pit of their own retired is now going to be going in that as well. WatchTech takes down one and takes down another. That's inside the Viper's Pit, and that's Viper's Pit down. Cherry Waves going in for that final kill, and just like that, Armour Esports going into the attacker's side now, switching with a scoreline of 8-4. Retired. How are you going to be playing defensive side with 2 duelists on your Armour?
Well, they're going to have to figure it out. They'll basically have, you know, do you sacrifice the one here? Do you put Murdoch just to cover the one site? I mean, technically, they can play mid in the A. You do have the full hold that basically comes out from the Viper on the B end, because that's what usually most teams will do. Killjoy there for quick sort of placement for any rotation that comes in. And then the rest will sting around A. That's where the duelists will sit, at least to start on this A site. But what can the side here, Retired, pull off? Meanwhile, pistol round here, and Armour Esports to be feeling very confident about their chances. W, couple of shots flying on through. For those at home who want real players' name, that is Cal, but I'll be honest, I've kind of got accustomed to the 2023 BMW M1 the M1000 RR. It really just rolls off the tongue.
Oh, well, we'll see if this Riot ID will be enough to say towards the interview if they currently wanted one right now. But here comes the push up. Cherry Wave's gonna be going through. Aplo ready for it. That's the double kill. Registering Noya, taking down Aplo in there as well. It's now gonna be down to WatchTech. Takes down one as well. It's now a 1v3, 43 seconds remaining on the clock. Spike is really deep in towards that safe side, getting towards stopping that tap, but again, 2 bullets, gonna have to go into reload for WatchTech.
30 seconds left.
Aqua and Reyna gonna be going in through, and Murdoch having a good, convincing, sharp shot there, and that Sheriff taking a pistol towards the defensive side. That answers my question before on how you play a double duelist common pistol.
Yeah, perfect things all around there. Exactly the start there after the defensive end. The A hit from Armour Esports just falls completely dead. Aqua and Aplo doing the damage initially with that hold over towards the A site. And yeah, I mean, look, they tried to push in. They technically didn't really do much wrong there, Armour. That's just sort of the default you usually see when it comes to how you usually hit the A site, especially in that pistol round. Doesn't work out for them, still. I do want to be pretty careful with these ones here, because you don't want to give Armour a look in. You should be getting a 6 here retired. And close together here. Aplo, they're by themselves, realistically, they're not going to be there to get traded. So, if they get this timing wrong, this B side could fall very quickly. But just as I say that, decision is made to fall off this one, because Alex is very deep in towards A. But now that commitment that could have come in, now they're not really sure where they want to go, Armour.
They might have to decide pretty soon
no.
as 48 seconds remain on the clock. It looks like it's going to be an A-side commit here alongside Murdoch's setups. Alarm bot, it's going to be triggered. That's the go button on where they're going to be pushing up through and pushing up, and it's going to be a war zone now towards this A-side. No one's giving an inch. Cherry Waves taking down Murdoch. That's the trade now going for Kenzie. It's now a 4v4 as the spike now goes down. It's post-plant time for the side of Retired. This is going to be a tricky one, but not going to be tricky enough for Apple to kill down Noya. And it's going to be Aqua going in for Alex as well. It's now just the remaining player. That's going to be Roki going down with just a classic in the dream. That's the dream that's going to be shattered by Retired in this defensive side as another round goes in towards their favor, shifting the scoreline to a good convincing 8-6.
Yeah, good round. Got a little hairy with the plant going down. 4v4 on the retake, but superior weaponry comes out on top, and now Armour Esports, they get their first full buy on the attacking end. Now they need to make sure this one hits because, you know, 8-4 start. It's very clear, just quickly being chipped away, and we've seen over on map 1, Retired at an 8-4. Armour came through, won 8 in a row. Ended up winning that map 13-10. Different circumstances maybe. With it all to play for. Nerves for both teams and players. Who's going to be able to clutch up? Who is going to be able to lock in when needed? Ooh, just coming out there. 3 HP, alive and well. Or maybe not well, but at the very least alive.
Well, probably crawling back towards safety. That is what Aplo is going to be That's what Aplo is going to be doing. Indeed, but rest of the side of Armour Esports starting to play really, really slow. Not a very skirmishy battle that we've had so far, but maybe it might be the right call. Cherry Waves getting Nano Swarm, starting to get vulnerable, but has a good position just in case. They haven't a good idea on where Murdoch is currently going to be. Will it be the swing or will it not be, as Murdoch taking out a good headshot for that Sheriff? It is now a 4v5 as Spike now goes down. Murdoch taking down Alex as well, and so does Washtek going down as well. Roki taking down Murdoch though, but Apple going in there for the trade. Now it's going to be down to the fragger of Armour Esports. Not going to be enough. 19-10-3, but not going to be enough to save this round as Retired taking it down to a 1-round differential in 8-7. Starting to get a good grasp on how they play defense here on Icebox.
Yeah, no, that's very, very bad there for Armour Esports. Probably the worst case scenario. I mean, you get a spike plant, but that was your full buy, and nothing comes of it whatsoever. Credits are in the bin. The other side Retired. Exact confidence they needed, and you can just see no one's really gone completely crazy for them, but it's been even enough there. The other end, Noya and Wojciech done the job. Roki, Waves, I mean, they have the kill differential. They've done the big rounds, but it only reads 8-7. So it is in a little bit of an awkward situation. Kenzie, I'm not sure if they noticed. Maybe got a glimpse of what was coming in towards Tube there. Ooh, the spam through, it's doing damage. Not quite the kills. Aqua, if he sends out that drone, they'll probably get that information as well of what's before them. Sees 2 of them, that is perfect. And now Kenzie really wants to lock in for this one. And it's all coming out from Aqua on that side as well. So domination in mid. What they would have wanted. Aplo, though, in the meantime, has gone down. So possibly a spike plant. Snakebite was on it. But, Aqua having themselves around here. That's their third. They want a fourth. Hello. Is there an ace? We haven't seen one tonight. I didn't see one last night either. Roki staying alive. Leave it up to you. Come on. You got to give it to him. Oh, no. Oh dear, Roki. Oh, it is the ace in the end. I got really worried there for a second. They might be just giving him a little too much space. But the job's done. And I didn't think I'd be saying this, but we are tied up at 8 apiece.
Wow, what a way to get it on a tie as well. But Aqua getting an ace to just tie up these rounds. But that is exactly what Retired currently needed to get this game in towards a standstill, at least voting in towards their favor. Credits are in the bin once again for Armour Esports. Should they lose this round, they cannot afford another eco if they're on the attacker side, because Retired are currently performing clinically, as Reckoning now starting to pull through for this defensive side, and the attackers now having to waste one ultimate, and Aqua having to use Hunter's Fury there. Still a 5v5 matchup still available as Spike now goes down. This is now a 5v5 post plan towards this A side. Just waiting for the walls to go through. Cherry Waves really too deep in there, but not going to fruition. In any plans what they're going through. Watch Tech taking down BMW on towards the flank. Might be needed because Kenzie is performing a clinic with a triple kill. Roki on that trade. Aqua once again going to be going in through there. It's not going to be down to the Sentinel. Taking down Aplo. Gonna have to be going down towards this. Ropes going through. Oh! He thought they were not fully aware, but Murdoch have a good sense of swinging. Taking down Watch Tech, but what a round now, and such a change of pace. Now that Retired, for a change, are rocking a 5-round win lead, and that's gonna be Armour Esports triggering a timeout.
Yeah, no, they need that. This is basically what happened on map 1. A team gets an 8-4 lead and just cannot find anything in the second half. This time, it's Armour Esports. It's all just fallen flat. Again, that round, they didn't particularly have the biggest of buys, but you know, still enough to work with, something to hope for. And I mean, fair credit to Watch It. They almost actually clutched up that 1v3. If they'd got that next person off the spike, I mean, time-wise, probably works against them after that. So they get a little lucky there at the end, Retired. But man, what a response this has been. Down 4-0, down 7-2. This game seemed to be just heading in one direction. We questioned the double duelists, what they were going to be able to do on the defensive end. It hasn't been a worry. It really hasn't. The way they've just held A has been perfect. They've basically done what we saw from Armour Esports, which is not allow B, but at the same time, Armour haven't touched it much. And A is the usual if you're going to be attacking on Icebox, but I mean, something needs to change here. They've had the chat, the buy will come in, they've got a couple of ultimates, and that's for both sides as well. They just need to stop the rot. They can't allow what we've seen on the other end. They can't allow 8 to go through.
Get out of my way.
Need something. Can they deliver here? Morgan Retired, just continue running through in this second half.
Now a bit of a change of pace here, as we see the attacker side now starting to take a lot of space in towards this A side, hopefully trying to get someone to catch someone in towards the defensive side. Meanwhile, Noya starting to actually almost get in there. Not going to be committing towards any pushing any further. Aplo has a good side on where Noya could possibly be rotating to. Might going to be having a good plan here. That's such a good angle too. But no go buttons. Chase in there as well. Waves now going to be going it through towards this A side. And that's the go button for the attacker side of Armour Esports. But Aplo now finds Noya. That's the lurker now down for the side of Armour Esports. They're going to have to be playing with a man down here for this Armour Esports side squad. Cherry Waves going to have to be going in through with that Blade Storm. And attacker side wisely popping up the lockdown. Oh, lockdown is now destroyed as well. Alex taking down Aqua and Roki taking down for a second kill as well. That's a trade, and just like that, we tied it up again with Armour Esports convincingly taking everyone down. Tying it up again to 9-9. That's the streak broken now, Has.
That was milliseconds from being defused. I thought it was done. That was actually the save of the century in the end there from Cherry Waves. They'd gone on that long flank with the knives. It only resulted in 1 kill, but it saves the round because the defuse had been holed completely through there. And the ones coming from A, they weren't going to get there in time to stop that. So massive knives from Cherry. Retired so close to stealing that away. But now we are tied. It's 9 apiece. The streak is broken. 6 rounds left of possible regulation. Overtime. Anyone fancy some of that? It's Neuer. We haven't seen much B aggression. We've seen sort of Morris the hang around, but oh, they go for the fight. And we haven't seen much from Mr. 2023 BMW, but he comes alive when needed for that one. Takes out his other Viper predecessor. Meantime, here they've got themselves towards the side. Hunter's Fury trying to do some damage. Kenzie gets Cherry Waves. 5v3. This is looking rough here for Armour. They have to play for the spike at this point. Most of the time here it hasn't worked, and especially when you've got such low player numbers here, and the utility's basically already gone as well.
Reckoning now going to be activated here, but the rest of the defensive side starting to push down now as well, and Roki gonna have to take down Kenzie, but Murdoch in there for a trade. Yes, credits are not going to be going through the side of Armour Esports, but what a round from the defensive side. That is very good. It's starting from 2023 BMW as well, from taking their Viper down as well. Good lord, Noya. Just getting caught out there in the beginning, and that's the lurker down. That's pretty much signaling the defensive side that it's A.
Placing swamp grenade.
So, a round of reprieve to even, but it's the only thing they've found on the attack so far here. Armour Esports again. They look towards A again. All the aggression from themselves here. Neuer. This time, if they go for it, there are 2 players waiting on this end. In fact, it's a 3 stack towards B, so it's a bit of a different change up here, which I don't really mind from the side here of Retired, because the spike's coming over this way. Oh, this could be deadly. Neuer. They need to trade this at least 1-for-1. They've heard the noises, but Neuer thinks they hear the rain of shots, and Alex has given that information, and they've got no idea. They've seen no doubles over there at all. This entire series, this entire defensive side here from Retired, they haven't done it, and now it's happened, but they're split here. They've got Spike over towards B, but I don't think Alex also wants to be in this position. They're jumping around the other side. They know there's one close. They've got the A site, but there's not much point at this one. If they're going to keep going, that killed them in B. It does keep the players for a second. But this is such an awkward position, kind of for both teams as well.
30 seconds left.
Well, 30 seconds remaining on the clock. We'll have to see on how this is going to be pulling through. It is still a 4v4. So no weight shifting going in as well just yet. Alex now going to be going in for that plant Cherry Wave, taking down Murdoch. Going in for that trade is going to be Aqua. It's now with 3v3 as the spike now goes down. Washtech might have a good swing here. Should they choose to go in through? That's 1 and that's 2. That's Aqua remaining, just remaining for the squad of Retired. How are they going to be clutching this? Because the rest of Armour Esports are ready for the tap should Aqua choose to do it. And that's the tap going in through. That's the recon dart now going in there as well. Going in for that shot. Another tap going through, but nowhere was Aqua. Look behind you, and that's the 4K for Washtech. Armour Esports ties it up again, taking it to 10-10.
Oh, the massive, massive play to go through mid there. And they just don't read that at all, Retired. Not even a thought. They're just thinking everyone's hanging around A for this one. Devastation there. And now Retired. The buy is still fine. You can see Murdoch's struggling a bit with theirs. But it's enough. Ultimates are even. The scoreline is even. We are getting some absolute cinema for map number 3 here. So early on in relegation as well. Both these squads, the aim is group stage. They want to be there. And if they're going to do that, one of them needs to clutch up. One needs to have nerves of steel to lock in this map. And Naya, once again, just seems when they need something, Armour Esports, they're the man to call. And the B site, it's basically open.
Yeah,
2023 BMW. What can you do?
Oh, we'll have to see. That's a lot of snake bite going into that clove. but Cherry Waves going in for that swing. Attacker side gonna have a one-man advantage in there. Make that 2 as Cherry Waves taking down Aplo now. And it's now gonna be down to Kenzie. It's now gonna be down to Murdoch. How are they gonna be going in towards this post plant with a 2-man disadvantage? Spike now starting to tick through. Noya still have his Viper Pit available. Should they choose to use it? But not gonna be needed as they take down Murdoch with a Vandal headshot, and that's gonna be Kenzie. Starting to just teeter away. Most likely planning to save here. And it looks like it's gonna be another round going in towards the side of Armour Esports.
So Kenzie will live, and I was about to say they will live just. And you know, having that rifle is useful. They can drop one here because the buy, and this is the point here for Retired, because if they give up everything for this round, they're not, and they lose it, they're done, because they have nothing for the next. So it is just going to be the half bite. Kenzie, they'll try to put them in a position where that rifle can come into effect, but as well as they've done to come back, Armour Esports taken a deep sigh, reset themselves, and now chance to get a map point, or map and match point on the board. What can Retired do? Limited utility, limited weaponry. They do have a Viper's Pit if they want to use it here.
That could be the case for this Retired squad. Lockdown available, Viper's Pit available as well. Noya has a Viper's Pit available on their own. Watch Tech, 2 orbs away from their ultimate lockdown as well. Running in 58 seconds remaining on the clock. Not much time to rotate if they plan to do so. And that's what they're planning to do as well. But it's now going to be a certain commit. That's going to be a commitment towards A site. Alex gonna be the first one to lead the charge here as the recon dart starting to show, but Kenzie goes in as Alex. That jump is not gonna be enough to teeter them through, and Alex and Roki and Washik taking in that trade as well. What a good one for the attacker side, tying it up a piece, but that's locked and available now as well for Murdoch, which is not gonna be used because of Cherry Waves' headshot, and it's now gonna be a 3v2. A one-man disadvantages for the defender's side. If Armour Esports win this takes them to match point. How is the defender's side gonna be going to pull through with this? It's now gonna be down to Aplo. It's now gonna be down to our good old 2023 BMW. A lot. Ooh, what a good shot there for Cherry Waves. Aplo going down Roki as well. Spike is now starting to tick through. No one's being typing it yet. And that's another one for Washtek, taking down a triple, getting down to Aplo, and that's match point.
Oh, that could have been something insane there. Washtek, that they were asked to clutch there in the 1v2. They did. They just get that kill there because BMW, they popped the Viper's Pit as well. So that's an ultimate taken away. And it is going to be a timeout here. Last one. Defender's side here. They've looked the part in this second half here. And they got the lead. They seem to be running with it right high, but just when things look like they'd finally switched around, it was that timeout actually that came through from Armour. Just reset them a little. Got those rounds flowing. They've won 4 of the last 5, and now they are the ones with map and match points. Couple of ultimates as well. Wojcik, Noya, Acker and Kenzie, Murdoch all there, and they would have had 4. The DMW's popped in a desperate attempt to get that defuse done in the previous round, but well, as they say, this is for all the marbles. Possibly 2 rounds left in regulation. OT still on the cards. Or it's all ending right here, right now.
Well, we're gonna have to see on how Retard's gonna be playing in this one. They need 2 rounds to win in order to take it to OT.
Nope.
We're gonna have to check. It's gonna be the case. Bit of a chatter going on, but not gonna be fixed currently. But 1:30 remaining on the clock. Aplo really deep in towards that too. But gonna have to retreat for a good safety. 1 minute 10 remaining on the clock as Spike is starting to just edge towards A side. Alex has a good angle on where they could possibly be. It's actually a free sight towards A, unbeknownst to them. Just an easy rotate from Murdoch that can clear it all out once again, but we'll have to see if it's going to be working. But Aplo really deep in there. Noya going in for the swing, and it's going to be good. That's Aplo down. That's one man down now for the defensive side. And Armour Esports going to be going in and pulling through now there as well. Alex going in, tapping the ult orb, making noise up towards A for that shock darts. But lockdown going to be invested here towards the attacker's side for B. 30 seconds remaining on the clock, not much time remaining. But it's going to be a commit. Viper wall is up. Everyone is not going to be going through. Starting to push through. Aqua! 42 HP. Hunter's mark starting to get used. Not going to be finding anyone. It's now postline for the defender's side. BMW starting to desperately shoot for anything toward that Viper spit, but Cherry Waves giving a good pick there towards Kenzie. It is now a 4v2. Both limping sides of the defender's side. And as it goes and ask and you shall be pleased, Armour Esports take the win in a good, really very hype series of a 2-1. And that's Icebox going towards them.
Job done, 13-10. Retired. They just ran out of steam at the end there, and well, guess that's why they're retired, boys. Past your bedtime, unfortunately. But a great series nonetheless. Absolute cinema from front to back, and in the end there, Neuer and Wojciech, the difference makers on the side of Armour. Good games, solid kills, solid highlights throughout. And you just look at some of those statistics there, and Neuer's, that's the one that jumps out. 8 first bloods. Even that last kill we saw the opener for that round just completely obliterated Apollo out of that one, who did not have themselves much of a game there. 11-19 on that Jet. I mean, Aqua and Kenzie did what they could, but in the end, though, Armour Esports, they were leading 8-4. They lost the lead 9-8. They looked like they were going to be giving this one up, but they settled, they locked in, and they do find the win in the end with a 2-1 series victory. They go 2-0 over in Group D. Meanwhile, that is Retired's first game here for relegations. Unfortunately, it's a 0-1 start on their end.
Yeah, it all goes down to Armour Esports and how they play their game, right? They know like what their strengths and weaknesses are in terms of how they're going to be playing this particular map in Icebox, and that actually really shows. Yes, it became a bit very scrappy towards the end there, with Retired actually starting to pull through and starting to actually get rounds off of Armour, but Armour is still starting to just like pull off, like just being there, tried and true. It could be because I just didn't give them the caster curse this time, but jokes aside, but it's a really good round of games here for Armour Esports as well. They still have a lot to work on though, if they still need to get wins off of their board, especially on that Lotus side. But for Retired though, they really had a good running, especially on that Lotus side where they just expose Armour left, right, and center. So that's like not to say that this Retired team should be, for the lack of a better word, retired.
No, I mean, look, I think they showed a fair bit. Maybe some people would probably question where these gentlemen would end up, considering they're players that have been around the scene for quite a while, putting this group one together here. And, I got to say, even with the loss tonight, I'm impressed, especially that Lotus map, that 13-4 there. Mm-hmm. Individuals popping off and doing enough. I think that Mr. Elders as well, the coach, maybe it's a bit of a bias. I do love Mr. Elders. He does a very nice job all the time, but both on stream. I didn't even realise he was coaching this one. I mean, he's past retired, I guess, then, if he's not even playing at this point. But, hey, good effort from them. On the other side of things, Armour Esports, I mean, I said it, it is sort of, it's Neuer is that temperature gauge for them. If they're on, they look fantastic. He's off, it's a little bit iffy. Wojciech, though, really did stand up in that last map there. 22 kills, couple of massive clutches as well on that Killjoy, where you wouldn't usually be seeing those kills from that kind of character. But they do the job. It's locked in, and, well, we are pretty much done for the evening now. Our series locked in. Dixie, did you have any final words to send everyone off with?
Well, massive shout out to everyone in the chat as well. At the end of the day, Armour has been starting to be there, tried and true. A bit of a kink in their armor, but that's not enough to say that Retired have been putting them out of their misery in Lotus. But in saying that, I've had a good time here in the cast as well. Thank you for having me as well, Haz. And I'll probably see you tomorrow, maybe in another stream, or hopefully if you're going to be covering some more games, probably tonight or maybe the next day. Hope to see you there as well, but that will be it for me.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll be in for a couple of those, and we'll be able to have some fun in that regard, either casting tomorrow. We might be going our own separate ways for more Valorant action. But stick around, guys, for that one. We will, of course, be seeing all of that happening throughout the day.
Hello, everybody.
And it should be complete fun.
Back to another cast
I've got
from
HSP
your favorite duo of
blasting in my ear on the other side, so that's good to know. We're going to, I think, chuck this one over to TJ Bruce. They've still got their one going there, NX versus Red Panda. But, guys, thank you very much for coming in. Thanks for all the follows. Appreciate it all, and we will catch you all next time. Bye for now.